Live from Miami, Florida and Woodsboro, California. It's Friday night.
Yes, PJ, we are watching Scream 5. Do you want to watch with us at home or do you want to watch with us? Well, if you want to come on and watch with us online, you're welcome. Let me know. Holla. I'll just send you the link just so you have it.
Okay. So I have it. Well, let me actually see if I can move it to absolute zero so you don't have to. The stupid thing here. No.
Nice. We were watching it on Paramount Plus too. Hi, audience. Hello, Joel, if you're still there.
Okay.
1 second. I'm trying to send this thing. Wow, we're so pro, Marcelo. Marcelo, tell the audience about what you streamed today. Tell them about your contribution to TQIF while I send stuff.
Yeah, so guys, my contribution to TQIF really has been sort of all over the place because I said that I was going to start by reviewing original episodes of the original Star Trek series, which I am doing, but I am a little inconsistent with that, so I apologize to any of you who are looking forward to hearing my thoughts on the original series. But I've started doing live I've started doing live reviews of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and I've been consistent with that 2 weeks in a row, so I should get a gold star. So my live reviews of Star Trek Strange New Worlds go live every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not working and if you're around, I highly encourage you to stop by my channel, Balloon Head Productions, and leave a comment in the chat. And maybe if I'm not totally shitting the bed, maybe I'll see it.
Nice.
But I've had a fun time doing it so far, and you guys or whoever's watching the videos seems to be responding. So that's my contribution. That's my biggest contribution to TQIF so far.
Nice. Yeah. What did you think? Just a quick preview of your thoughts of Strange New Worlds.
It was okay. A lot of the problems that I had with it when I first watched it, after I watched it a second time, I saw that I was freaking out over little things that were explained away in the writing. So it was okay, but it wasn't as good as the first episode was for me. It was alright.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was alright.
We'll hear your detailed thoughts on Sunday, I hope.
Yes, you will.
More of your detailed thoughts, and I'll go check out your video tomorrow morning. I'll listen to it before.
Thank you.
Before the TOS stream.
And did just quick here? Did you like your interview that we did like a year ago?
Oh yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for releasing that on my birthday. That was such a cool.
I told you I was gonna do that. I told you I was gonna do that a year ago.
I know. I was impressed. It was like a time capsule. It was very cool. I was very pleased to see that a lot of my my opinions are still in place.
Yeah.
I was glad to see that I was saying things that I still agree with myself about, which is always a good thing. I mean, you should evolve and change if you find a better way, but
yeah,
I feel like I've been doing good. So yeah. But it is funny that Star Trek Discovery Season 4 hadn't even come out. Hey, PE, what's up? That's our friend Ian. Greetings, everyone. I just watched the new Strange New Worlds right before coming here. Another awesome episode. Cool. You got to go check out Tex Trek. They did a great recap. I didn't get to hear the end of it, but I heard a lot of it.
Tex Trek always does a really good in-depth recap of the episodes, and I think that for the most part, I think they're pretty fair compared to some other people who are really hard on new Star Trek.
It's okay, man. That's not everyone's bag. You know what? Like, you can it's like we talked about on your stream from on your podcast from a year ago. How is the podcast doing? I'm curious. Like, are people responding to it at all? You got any comments about it?
No, actually, the last time I checked, it's got 7 listens so far, and
right on.
And I've already spoken to someone who has enjoyed the episode, and she said it was a little bit too long, but she stuck
Oh
through it
yeah,
and
Starfleet
listened
Boy
to it
was just
all.
talking and talking. It's true.
Yeah. But but it's interesting that you mentioned it was a time capsule because you were right. Because when we did that interview, I really didn't know you, and that was like my first interaction with you. After we met on another live stream, and at that point, I hadn't been a member of the crew yet. So,
There's really not a
um,
I like you keep calling me captain, but
yeah,
I'm
but
actually
this
an
is
admiral.
yeah, admiral, captain, whatever.
I'm
I,
a bad admiral. Hey, I should be mad at you for disrespecting me like they did
no.
Jean Luc.
Oh, whatever.
I should be totally mad at you. I
No,
should be
well, no,
like
well,
Marcelo,
no, no, well, okay, okay,
sheer
okay.
fucking
I,
hubris.
okay, no, actually, you just stole my line. See, if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm like Starfleet Boy. That is sheer fucking hubris. I've never disrespected you. No, but yeah, no, it's doing well. I mean, my podcast episodes really get bigger over time. Um, yeah, so I don't know, it's
Well,
doing
I
well.
appreciate that time capsule a lot. I enjoyed listening to it. It's cool that we became friends after that, like closer friends. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that was
Still
cool.
haven't, I still haven't found a need to want to kill you yet, which is
Wow,
good.
wow,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
dang!
I'm kidding. I'm
Don't
kidding. I'm
cross
kidding. No,
Marcello.
I'm kidding. It's fine. It's fine.
I've been
You
watching
know,
Breaking Bad. I'm scared to hit people, man.
it's fine. It's fine.
I'll
It's
just be
fine.
walking through the street and some guy will
Yeah.
murder me for no reason.
I'm just happy to still be around and still be a part of the little thing that we got going on here.
So, what's the deal with Friday the 13th? Do you guys have any superstitions in your family about it, or do you
Um,
follow any of the Friday the
no,
13th, like, rules and stuff, like wearing black? Like, I'm wearing all black today. I don't know if you noticed.
No, I don't. No, I've never been a really superstitious person. When I was a kid, I used to do I used to like watch a scary movie every Friday 13th. Like Halloween is like well, just a side here. Halloween is like my favorite holiday of the year, and Halloween is when I like stay up all night and watch all scary movies. But Friday 13th was a bigger thing when I was a kid than it is now.
It was a big thing. Like, it was like something I was scared of. I was like, oh, you gotta wear black. You gotta
Yeah.
put salt over your, like, shoulder or whatever.
Yeah, I
Like,
gotta
all
put
these
salt over
things.
the shoulder, man.
I
You gotta
think
be
they were fun. The superstitions were meant to be fun, but I always took them too seriously. Uh,
Yeah, they're meant to be fun, and like the second you take them too seriously, they lose some of their luster.
Joel says, stay away from Camp Crystal Lake. I almost always wear all black on Friday the 13th. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, audience, what superstitions do you keep for Friday the 13th? I chose Scream because it's free, but I think we should have been watching Friday the
it is.
13th,
It
right?
is so
Like,
not free. That's a lie.
I mean, sorry, because I already paid for Paramount Plus. It's a Paramount
Yeah,
Plus
we do.
exclusive.
We
Yeah,
do
so.
it, but it is so not free, guys. We should just point it out right away. It's
Yeah,
so
so
not
this will
free.
probably have. I mean, well, I mean, come on. I mean, it's not like free, but
Mm.
it's a little free. Like,
Yeah,
I can watch it a lot of
we
times. I
pay
can
for
watch
it. I
it.
pay for it.
I can watch it enough times that it doesn't cost what it costs to like
Yeah, on
produce
it.
it. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
just
I
wanna,
don't know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
I
I
just
don't
want
think
to.
I'll watch this movie that
Yeah,
much though.
yeah. I just want to point out that I am a law abiding Star Trek fan because I pay for new Star Trek people. I'm that kind of a guy. Um,
I got a text message from our text message audience who says it's also Mercury is in retrograde. Do you follow all that stuff?
no, I don't. I don't follow any of that stuff.
I always have to look it up.
What is that about?
But weird things happen when Mercury's in retrograde. Oh, actually, that's kind of like something that ties into Strange New Worlds. Like,
Really?
yeah, I don't know. It's like
I don't
stuff you
know.
can't explain,
I don't know
would
what's.
necessarily. Although they did a good job, I thought, in this week's episode of keeping it very like grounded in science
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, we'll talk about
We'll
that
talk
on
about it
Sunday.
more.
We
Yeah.
definitely will because grounded in science. I'm not too sure about that, but we'll talk about it.
What is that song? She something with science. She blinded
Uh,
me with
he's
science.
blinded me with science.
That's
She
I think it
blames
was
the
still very
sun.
grounded in science. I'll just give you a little preview of my, since we're on the subject, I'm trying to stall a little, let PJ get here.
Oh, he's coming. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I
He
leave,
wants to come on. So,
so if I leave, I won't feel bad.
oh, you can't leave in the. You have to stay through Scream Five,
No, I
and then
will.
I'll release you.
No, I
Yeah, we have
will.
to hear because I know how you feel about this movie, so we
I
have to.
fucking hate this movie.
So yeah, so this will be like a little bit of a. This is gonna be a little, a
this
little bit of
will
a.
be. This will be.
Now I've never seen it, so this will be an interesting stream because I'll be watching and reacting for the first time,
And I'll
and
be sleeping mad.
you and PJ will be doing a commentary
I'll be sleeping mad.
at the
That's what I'll
same
be
time,
doing.
and then the audience. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Uh, by the way, PE
Oh,
says,
I'll be sleeping mad.
I don't have any superstitions around Friday the 13th. As Spock said in the new episode of Strange New Worlds, it is best to deal with scary situations of danger and uncertainty by pursuing rigorous
Oh,
logic.
can I
I
just
agree.
say? Can I just say one tease about my thoughts that are coming this Sunday? I loved Anson Mount with a cooking apron, and I loved the fact that that man cooks ribs on a goddamn starship. I was like, that is awesome. I want some.
So you want to sit at the captain's table? Is that
It
right?
is awesome. Hell yeah. You
Let's
know,
see if
with
we. They
oh
should do
man,
like a charity thing or something where you get to sit at the captain's table and you get to sit and eat with like Anson Mount,
yeah, that'd be cool.
or he
That'd be
serves
really
you breakfast. I would like breakfast served for me. Like that
cool.
breakfast he made. If you add eggs, I would have been in heaven.
Yeah,
His
man.
captain lady was really lucky.
I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, I think he missed the criterion eggs though. Man, I could have done.
Do you think I want to make a prediction? We'll see Katarian eggs in Strange New World at some point.
Oh hell yeah, we got.
I just figured out William. Joel says I just figured out William Shatner's 1966 Esperanto movie is here on YouTube. Apparently, it is a horror movie, as it is. It is on my the 1,000 greatest horror films list. I am working on. Oh,
Dude,
cool! I saw
we
that
should
movie
do
a long time ago.
Sharknado. We could have
Sharknado, I will
we could
refuse to watch. I'm never gonna watch that movie.
we
I've
could have
never
no,
seen it.
no, but
I'm a
that's like a
Sharknado virgin, and I'm
no,
happy
but
to
that
be.
no, but the thing about Sharknado is it's a ridiculously campy shark movie. It's not serious at all.
I can't do it. The whole
You don't like
concept
sharks?
just it's the rigorous logic thing
The,
that
oh,
like
the
that
logic
goes
thing.
way beyond my. Although I did see
Yeah,
like I could have sworn I saw YouTube footage of a tornado that was like throwing turtles
yeah, sharks. Yeah,
at
no,
people
and sharks,
or like
and
a
sharks.
and sharks too. Like that's a real thing. Like
Yeah, and
not
sharks.
a
Yeah,
tornado. I guess it would be called a water spout on water.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Water.
Joel says I've only seen the first two Scream movies. Joel, are you gonna watch Scream 5 with us and skip ahead and see what happens, just like for fun? You might have a good time just listening to Marcelo rant about this movie.
Right. Yeah, I have. Look, I will try and remain as low key as I possibly can, but there might be a moment where I just lose it and black out of anger.
Oh my gosh. Toddy just tweeted a funny tweet, so I'm gonna respond to him. Is that
Cool. That's nice.
vanilla ice? All right, there we go. Because I think it is vanilla ice.
Ice, baby. Oh, by the way, I just want to point out that I submitted my application to work with Trek Trek Central,
If you can't
and
remember their names, you're
yes,
you're
yeah,
on you're live. They're gonna see this. You
yeah,
got to do better, Marcelo. Do better.
I know, be better. But
Well,
seriously, if
we
I
wish you luck,
yeah, thank
Marcelo.
you. But seriously, if I start to work with them, I promise I will remember the name of their website
My goodness.
I'm gonna have it so. But yeah, they're a great bunch of people over there, and regardless
This
of
is
whether or
not how
not,
I interviewed you for Starfleet Boy After
no, of course not.
Dark.
No, but you sort of just you sort of gave me the invitation, and then at some point I just became a part of the crew. I just kept on coming back. So,
This is
um,
not. We don't have a crew. It's not a crew. I don't have a crew.
oh come on, it's a crew.
I'm the
We have
outrageous. I'm like the outrageous Okana. I'm alone. I'm a
come on,
lone
we have a
flyer.
crew. We have a crew. Come on.
No, no. If I have a crew, I could lose a crew. You can't lose a crew you don't have.
Of course, we've lost.
Starfleet
You
Boy's
know,
heart gets broken too easily. I fall in
yeah,
love too easily, and my heart gets broken too easily. So
no, all right.
I keep people at
Arm's
arm's
length.
length.
No, shit.
No,
Okay,
I
sorry.
just said I just wanted to be dramatic.
That's a
Uh,
being
you
dramatic.
can be a part of this crew. It's a crew if you want it to be.
Yeah,
The good
I've been
ship
around long
Starfleet
enough.
Boy. Yes, yes, you certainly have. But I mean, like, are we a gay pirate show or
No, we're not.
is
I
it a pirate
consider.
show? Is that what
I
Starfleet Boy
consider
After Dark is?
if this is a pirate show, I consider me and Ruben the only straight man on the ship, because we are often surrounded by
Wait a second, you don't think
funny gay men.
Father? Oh my God, it's Johnny Bravo. Oh,
Funny gay
oh my gosh,
men.
if you guys could see, go over to Toddy's.
Oh,
This is making me. I wonder if he's watching this. This
oh.
made me
Does
giggle
he
on live.
does
No,
he
I don't
ever
think
watch
so.
the After Dark Super Jim?
He does sometimes watch, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but I hope that I hear back from the good folks over there.
I want
Because
to share this. You have
I
to
would
see.
I would
Yes, I hope
love
you do hear back from
I would
them.
love to work with
I'll
them.
put in a good word for you, Marcelo.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, I did tell you what I said to what I said to them in the email, right?
You can't. Don't give away secrets on the air. We're live. You can't
Oh
do all
no, no,
this.
okay, I
You
didn't,
can't do.
no,
You're gonna
no,
ruin your interview. This is not how you get a job. You don't talk about
no
the job you're
secret.
gonna get on live. What if
No, but
they?
no, but
What if
if they
someone
don't,
gets offended that you didn't remember their
no,
name?
no,
Come
if
on.
they look,
You
if they
keep
pass,
those trade secrets to yourself, Marcel, or do that on
look,
your channel.
yeah, look, if they pass on me, that's fine. They're still awesome people. I'll still watch their content. No biggie.
Nice. Well, I'm sure they'll appreciate that. But I can't make decisions for them. But I will put in that good word.
No,
I'll do that tonight. No,
mm,
tonight I'm drinking.
tomorrow,
Tomorrow, I'll do that
tonight
tomorrow.
you're drinking. Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna share this this thing that's making me giggle. Maybe it'll make you giggle too. It's part of our gay pirate theme. I don't
Okay.
know. I thought I knew who Johnny Bravo was, and I guess I didn't know because I didn't know that this is Johnny Bravo. Do you know
Well,
Johnny Bravo?
yeah, of course I know Johnny Bravo.
Oh wow. How come I don't know Johnny
I
Bravo?
love Johnny Bravo. I watched
All
Johnny
right.
Bravo when I was a
This
kid.
is. Can you see this?
Yeah.
This is what's what's making me giggle.
Hey, baby. It's Johnny Bravo. Hey, but yeah. You
So
never heard
yeah,
of Johnny Bravo, Cartoon Network?
I heard about it, but I thought it was something totally different. I didn't
That's
know.
awesome. Johnny
I didn't know
Bravo is
that this was
awesome.
Johnny Bravo. Here,
No,
let me
you
see
should.
if I could
You should.
figure out what I thought Johnny Bravo was. Was there
You should.
something Bravo cartoon in the 70s or 80s?
No, no, that was in the Johnny Bravo was in the early '90s.
No, but there was something with Bravo in it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Hmm. Why do I know Johnny Bravo from something else? See, there's like Little Susie, Johnny. Is that all from Johnny Bravo? I think I know who Little Susie.
Yes, yes. Little Susie is from Johnny Bravo.
Oh, then I know this like vague, like peripherally.
Huh,
Okay. What
Johnny
happened?
Bravo. Huh. So no,
Oh, that's what he
he has
does?
that he has a catchphrase where he meets like a beautiful woman. He goes, huh. He's like a Tarek, like a sort of a Elvis kind of guy.
Nice. Toddy says hi to everyone, by the way.
Hey, Toddy.
He's not on the stream though. Uh, I think he's mad at me because I called him out on watching Star Trek Picard with while folding
What?
laundry.
That's the way to do it. I'm sorry, I just had to.
Wait, what are you saying? Like that's how you should watch Star Trek Picard,
That's
like
the way
while
to.
folding
Yeah,
laundry?
no, no. If you watch Star Trek Picard, if you watch Star Trek Picard while multitasking, it's more. It'll go by more smoothly
Wow,
than if you actually pay attention to
that's not
it.
cool. I pay full attention to Star Trek
Yeah,
Picard, and
I
I
know,
enjoy
I
it so
know.
much.
No, but
That's
you know
weird.
what? But you know what? I'm not. Look, I'm not sucking your joy out of the room. If you love Star Trek Picard, that's great.
No,
That's
I'm trying to
wonderful.
like understand how
Right.
folding laundry could be a better way to watch Star Trek Picard. That's all I'm trying to
No,
understand.
because because when you're folding laundry, you have to be focused on what you're doing. So you hear the audio of the scenes, but you don't necessarily look
Oh,
at
so
the
you're
scene.
saying you don't like to look at Star Trek Picard, you just like to listen to it.
No, I'm saying in some
Don't
instances,
watch Star Trek Picard.
no,
Listen to
I'm
it
saying no,
only.
no, 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 no. I'm saying in some instances, it's better to listen to an episode than actually watch it because you won't because if you don't like the storytelling like I do, you won't get to being mad. You'll be like, oh, this sounds interesting. It's
We're,
just when you look at it, you're like, oh, this is not just. mm. But it's cool. It's fine.
I think you should look at it more.
We'll, we'll look at it.
I think
That's
you
just what
should
it
look. I think we should put the little
is.
things like
Yeah,
Alex,
sure. We'll look at it.
like we should like in what is it called?
Clockwork
Clockwork
Orange.
Orange,
Yeah, look at
and
it.
then make you watch Star Trek Picard.
Yeah, that's
Look,
crazy.
hey
Look.
PJ, mic
One
check, mic
second.
check.
How you doing? How you doing, PJ?
Oh, there we go. We hear semblance of a PJ.
Yeah.
Ooh, coffee. That's some ASMR right there.
Yeah, I had to take
Coffee
I had to take a
action.
swig.
Coffee
Am I
action.
coming in loud and clear? Am
Yes,
I?
Yes,
you
you
could
are.
go a little louder if you want to.
Um,
There you go.
good.
No,
Am I good?
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
good. That's
That's
good.
good. All right,
All right,
so
nice.
guys, are we ready to start this abortion of a movie? Yes. Okay.
Yes, do you have it queued up, PJ?
Yes.
All right, cool. Oh, Michael Strathmore is here. Michael, we will answer at the end of the stream, even if it's just me alone. I will answer some of your questions from YouTube that you left, Mike, and address some of your comments. But if not, I'll do a special stream for it because there's a lot of comments. So it's
Why
like
not?
so.
Why don't I get a special stream when I have comments for you?
Okay, we could do that too.
No, I'm
Anyways,
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine.
we're about to start. So on five, you ready, PJ?
Yes.
All right. Audience, the way these watch alongs work is we're going to count down, and when I say go, press play along with us. You can talk about the movie in the chat. I'll try to pay attention to the chat as well.
Okay.
PJ and Marcelo is going to do mostly a fan commentary. This is the first time I'm seeing this movie, so mine will be like reactions and probably like reactions
Oh,
to them
I'm
too.
so glad you said that because I was gonna say something about
Oh, I
spoiler
don't.
stuff,
Oh,
but I
cool.
won't
Okay,
now. I
okay.
won't
Oh,
now.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, you guys, yeah, do your best.
I want to see if you can figure out what's going on. That's what I
Oh
want
Okay,
to see.
god.
okay. Wow, look at Marcel. He's already ready. Anyways, if you need a timestamp at any point, that's all of us here in the panel as well as you in the audience. Just ask for a timestamp, and I'll give the timestamp. Unless I go out of sync, then we'll designate a new timestamper. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh,
Paramount Stars.
yeah. Ooh, the music's a little different. Oh, this is pretty. Ba, 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 ba. That's epic. Wow, Paramount. I should have gone full screen for that. Do you guys want to see my facial expressions, or should I also go? Whoa, that's.
I'm gonna be on camera at some
Oh,
point.
okay, okay.
Well, I ain't looking at you, so
People want to see our faces apparently.
All these companies got like nifty new themes from last time I saw their logos. I got on the prawn version. Oh look, it looks just like that's like the house almost exactly like from the first movie. Oh, this is from the first movie. Okay. No, it's not. Whoa.
that's not the same house.
Ha. I got fooled. And that's not Sid.
No, it's not.
Amber, unlock liquor cabinet. Nice. This is how you how you get your friends to come over.
This movie fooled me a couple of times because I have that ringtone that they use over and over again. So I would always be tricked. I'm like, is my phone ringing? No,
That's
not the
pretty
landline
funny.
here, but the actual cell phone, the
The movie
Samsung.
sounds good in the like the sound design so far. Oh, here we go.
It is good.
This is like this is like giving me a lot of tension because I know what's gonna happen.
No, you don't.
She's gonna get murdered, Marcel, brutally.
Do you know why there's Samsung phones? And because iPhones apparently can't be used by bad guys or nefarious people, or
No way. Are you serious?
apparently that's
That
a
is
rule.
true.
You
That
will
is
never
true.
see
He,
bad people use iPhones.
That's so weird. I feel like
So
that's. I
in
feel
a
like
horror
that's.
movie, it would be Samsung, right?
Wow, that's
yeah,
funny.
he totally speaks the truth. He's totally right.
I feel like there's a good court case there to be had. Just the lawyer in me is thinking like Apple shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, you need permission to
Interesting.
use products on screen too, right? So they just say no to anything that's not approved by them. And usually, it's bad guys. They can't have bad guys use their phones.
What was that Babadook thing? I remember that from something.
That's a movie.
I don't know any of these horror movies. I don't watch horror movies. Except now I'm watching a horror movie.
When they refer to the Stab movies, they're the fictional movies based on the original Scream movie in this universe, and there's been like a bunch so far, just like there
Ah.
have been Scream sequels.
Would this be more entertaining if I knew the movie Stab? Oh no, no, because it's Stab movies. They're in universe. I got it.
For example, in Scream 2, Jada Pinkett Smith and like other people get killed in the theater watching the first Stab
That's
movie.
right. I remember now.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Who did the music for this movie?
Um, the original composer for the first four Scream movies didn't come back, which is a good thing for me because as much as I love this franchise, I mean, it's my favorite horror franchise of all time. But I've never liked the music, so I was really happy to see a different composer come back and give it a shot.
Brian Tyler.
Oh, I love
Yes,
Brian Tyler. Oh, that's
yes.
cool. He did
Br-
the Dune sci-fi Dune miniseries, and it's a really good score.
yeah.
And he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Brian Tyler's music for this movie was great. That I mean, if one of the shining things about this movie for me, and there's not a lot, but one of the things is the music.
Uh-oh, Amber is texting her that. Oh crap.
This isn't Amber. I'm sorry I spoiled it. That's
Oh my
rude.
gosh. Oh wow.
Maybe she doesn't like Amber. Who cares?
Yeah.
Game.
Oh, you hear a phone ringing. Someone's is coming through. Do you guys hear the audio of the audience? Tell us if you hear the audio of the show, because then we'll get a copyright strike.
I'm listening through headphones. So.
One of y'all's audio is audible. Let's see. I'm gonna test out
No,
who it could be.
I'm not. I'm headphones. I got headphones, so it can't be me.
I think I figured it out. Is it gone?
I couldn't hear it in the first place. I can only hear my audio from the movie. and you and Marcelo.
I got headphones on, so I don't know how it could be me.
All right, I think it was me.
Okay.
Oh, my headphones might be loud. That's what it is. All right, I got it. Hard to tell. Good. Yeah, the stream's still up, so I'm assuming we haven't gotten in trouble with the algorithm or whatever it is, the spider.
Who played the? That's a wrong answer.
What's the answer? Do you guys know?
I know it was Drew Barrymore in the actual Scream movie, but I forget who it
Yeah,
is who
yeah.
played her in the
It
Stab
was
movie.
Heather Graham in
Oh,
the Stab
Heather.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
David Schwimmer, Tori Spellman. These are kind of callbacks to Scream 3, I think. Some of these.
Good job. I'm glad you told me because I would have been nervous.
No, you didn't.
It's a trick
Who?
question, just like the first movie. Jason
By the way,
Voorhees' mother was the
yeah,
killer, and
yeah, I love the voice actor who does the actual voice for Ghostface in all four movies. I think he's a great voice actor.
Mm. It wasn't.
Oh,
yeah, the guy who played Shaggy.
That's right. Oh shit.
you got to give it up for the stunt people who actually are in the Ghostface costume in these movies because they get the
Oh
crap kicked out
jeez.
of them.
Oh my god. Shit. Okay, that got me. Oh my god. Where's the shields? Like in Riker's house. That's what she needs.
Disarmed. That's
Oh
just cool.
jeez.
That's a way to torment someone.
Do you guys think you would survive like a home invasion of this sort?
I don't think so because I'm disabled, so I can't run.
Oh man.
I would be, yeah, I would be easy.
You're gonna need to install like a weapon on
Yeah,
your chair, Marcelo.
yeah.
Like a
For real.
taser. I feel like I could help you with that.
Mm.
We could design. You could test it out on me.
Or or I could just like fortify my house,
Is my
like
microphone
Riker.
popping now?
No, you're fine.
I'm good? Okay.
Yeah. Opposite of the final girl, the first girl.
Oh,
Jill says I would not answer the phone ever.
oh,
Oh
oh,
my gosh. Oh jeez. Oh my goodness.
oh,
Ooh, good.
oh.
I hate the ghost face guy.
There's
Oh,
a
come on, he's the
problem with
best.
this
Come
coming
on.
up here that bugs me.
Oh
Okay.
my god, no.
None of this, right? Okay.
Oh jeez. Wow, this is really. That was good. Oh dang. Yes.
Uh-uh.
Although I feel like it's oh my
Oh,
gosh. Come on, come on. No.
I don't like what's about to happen.
Oh, it's always too late. Oh no. So this lives up to the goriness of the other screams.
yeah, but
Jeez.
See,
I think
what
Scream
do you
4
think
is a little
you
bit
think she
gory.
just died there, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
You're like, okay, well clearly she just died.
Oh, it's
but
in
they cut away. No,
Modesto.
they don't show you what happens right after that, and it's like, oh, come
No, they
on.
don't.
Oh, it's cool that it's set in Modesto. That's where George Lucas grew up.
Yeah,
Glue up.
Modesto, California.
Yay,
Man.
Jack Quaid.
Oh, but guess what? Just a spoiler. He doesn't scream in this movie like Boimler, so I
Oh,
was
he doesn't.
disappointed.
He doesn't do the scream.
He has his moments of crazy expressions and stuff. He always plays a dork or like not. I wouldn't say a doofus, but like kind of you know softy. He's never a tough guy.
Is that right?
I mean, in Boys, he's thrust into the action
Yeah,
in
it's
that way.
true.
I suppose.
Lately,
But,
his characters are kind of a bit like that character.
like, who do we
No, but
cast to have
in Boys, he's a
an
little bit
unassuming
like
man who's
he's
like
a little bit like
milk
a
toast?
little bit of a weakling, I think.
Oh wow,
He's a bit of
Marcelo.
a Boimler. He's a bit of a
Yeah, he's a bit
Boimler.
of a warmer. Yeah,
I think he's not a weakling. He's got some
Yeah.
guns. Look, I think.
weakling. Weakling was the wrong word.
They're
And
making
besides,
a
that's also like not a nice thing to say, Marcelo. I'm a
They're making
weakling,
a
and I don't
Scream
like
6
being called
apparently
one.
right now.
What's that?
They're making Scream 6 right now. I think it's like the fastest they've moved on a sequel since
Oh
part 2.
wow.
And don't
So
look
this was
up
a hit?
don't look up the cast because you'll figure out some things.
Oh okay.
But
So it's
I
safe
like
to
I
say
like
this was a hit then, right?
Yeah, a lot of people like this movie. I don't know why. I don't know what people were smoking,
well,
but it's
you know
okay.
what? It's one of those things that when you think about it after the fact, you're like, okay, a bunch of things don't add up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you like this movie, I'm not going to take away your joy. This movie just didn't work for me.
The
But
problem
it
with
gives.
this one compared to the last one is the last one you could watch it and safely guess, and there's not too many plot holes you have to reconcile in your head. This one, it's like, what? You're thinking back on certain things that happened, and you're like, how?
Yeah,
That doesn't
how?
add up.
Why?
Should we play? Should I try to predict who the murderer is? It's gonna be this
If you
guy,
want,
whoever this
yeah.
guy is right here.
I predicted one of them right off the bat, and I was like, I stuck with it, and I was right about.
Or it's gonna be every single one of these people here in this shot.
There's 5 of them are the killers.
Yeah, that's good. That's
But
exactly.
they're between 1 and 5 killers. That'll keep you guessing.
Deputy
Oh,
G.
Why
In
do I
fact,
recognize this
think
actor
in all but one movie there have been. Oh, okay,
and
I
this
can't say
actor? Why do
nothing.
I recognize all these actors? What have they done?
Well, that's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, who was in the first season of Picard as Raffi's son.
Oh, that's why I recognized him.
The girl is from a show called Better Things. She was in Black Mirror, I think,
So this
and
is
she's
like
also in Yellow
Scream.
Jackets.
Scream 5 is Scream the Next Generation.
It literally is because some of their parents are characters from the first movies.
Interesting. It's like Degrassi, but murder. Do you watch Degrassi, PJ? Or did you watch it?
I watched Degrassi Street and Degrassi, like when they were like little kids, and then they were in like junior high and then high school. I watched those ones.
I watched the very first Degrassi senior high. Or was it junior high? I forget. Or Degrassi
When
High, I think it's just
it
called.
was cool because it was the only first Canadian thing where actors started as like little kids in a show, and the show kept evolving until they were.
Are those
adults with
people
their own
still
children.
celebrities? Like, are they still big in Canada?
Yeah,
Those
but
actors? That's cool.
slightly. Drake is the biggest thing that ever came out of Degrassi.
Do you know what we're talking about, Marcelo? Degrassi?
Yeah, of course I do.
Oh, cool.
I'm smoking Degrassi.
You're smoking the grass, man. The grass, the grass.
So far, the movie's kind of boring, except for the murder parts.
You just wait. It's gonna get really stupid really fast.
I do like the cinematography and stuff. Everyone looks really nice.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. I mean, that's one thing that I will say for it. It's a very, very well put together film, competently from a just a production standpoint.
Jack Quaid looks great.
Yeah, but every time I see him, all I see is Boimler with the pink hair.
No, he's not acting like Boimler.
I know, but no, I know, but for
But
me,
that's
every
what you
time I see him,
see.
all I
By the
think
way,
is
we got to see Jack Quaid
that's
actually dressed as cosplaying
yeah,
as
that's
Boimler
Boimler.
at
Yeah,
Mission Chicago, which was very cool.
but that's just me. There is a part in this movie where when I was in the theater, it made me so happy I wanted to jump out of my chair.
Oh, so you liked something about this movie?
Yeah, I mean,
Does it involve Billy Loomis?
no, not that.
Oh, she
But
survived! Yay!
I do like Amber. Amber and Sam are my favorite in this film. If I'm not counting the legacies that we'll see later on.
Joel wants to know if he does the Boimler pose or the Boim. It's called the Boimler maneuver, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
I imagine he'll never do that. I don't know. He might make it a thing. He might do it on like late night or something. I don't know.
Oh,
So she didn't get killed, thank goodness.
nope.
Does anybody know who
She
Jack
did.
Quaid's
She
father is?
survived.
No, I don't. I haven't guessed it yet, or if
Jack
they said
Quaid
it,
has
I
a
don't.
very famous dad.
Oh, Dennis Quaid. Oh, I thought you meant. Sorry, the character. I was thinking
Oh,
of the character.
yeah.
Sorry. Yes, yes, and his mother's Goldie Hawn.
Oh, wait a minute. So Jack Quaid's dad is the
Dennis
Dennis
Quaid.
Quaid?
Yeah, yeah, and Goldie Hawn is
Oh.
his mother.
Oh wow, that's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
He's a Quaid Hawn.
He's a he's a Quaid man.
Um, you're thinking of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn and Wyatt Russell.
Are you sure?
Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid
Oh,
his parents.
oh, Meg Ryan. She's
It's easy to get
amazing.
Meg Ryan and Goldie Hawn mixed
Sorry,
up
Meg
somehow because
Ryan.
they're both blondes. That
No,
were
I
like,
actually know the difference too. That's terrible. I just actually thought it was Goldie Hawn for some reason. So okay,
his stepdad is John Cougar Mellencamp.
that's amazing. And he's a great actor. He's awesome. I love everything he's done. I even watched that show about the music industry. That's how I found out about him actually. What was that show called? I can't remember the name of the show. I'll look it up.
What show? Who was in what?
Jack Quaid was in this cool show about the record industry, the music industry.
Oh,
Are you,
On
are you talking about
HBO.
yes, I
roadies?
remember. Vinyl.
Vinyl, yeah.
Uh,
I met Jack Quaid at the Vinyl premiere party in Seattle. It was really cool. I mean, I didn't get to like hang out with him or anything, but he was just hanging out with like, talking to people, and I was listening to what he had to say about his part and stuff. It was cool. I can just I feel like this poor actor, oh geez, has played like characters that that are dislikable, because I didn't like that he doesn't forgive Raffi. I mean, I understood his angst, but I was like, you're mean to your mom, your poor mother, she gave birth to you.
I love
She's
knowing
trying
who's
to
going to
connect
be
with
in the
you.
next movie, and you don't like certain people. I watch this the first time. I'm like, for sure, this guy's gone, or this girl is not gonna. And like, it's like, wow, certain people actually do make it out, right? Certain people, not everybody.
Oh geez.
Like this guy, he's obviously gonna die now.
do you guys
Will
uh,
he?
do you guys
Will
do you
he?
guys notice the song that's playing in the background? That's a big Easter egg for Scream fans.
No, what is it,
Uh,
Marcelo?
That's from the first Scream movie. That's Be Aware of the Reaper song.
Ah. Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
Nick
not it.
Cave.
Yeah.
Oh, play
No.
much.
Nick Cave is awesome. Imagine if this movie just turned into like a Knight Rider movie now.
Right.
Like the car starts talking to him. I'm here to take you out of this dangerous situation. Oh
Ooh,
shit! Oh wow! Yikes! That was a good one. That caught me way off guard. Oh man. Oh weird. Oof. That was chilling. I'm not responding to this movie well, guys. I'm scared.
There's no need to be scared.
which is your favorite Scream movie?
I think the first one
Um,
because of recency bias.
I
It's the last one I saw.
my favorite Scream movie is the original, and in second place would be Scream 4, followed by Scream 2, Scream 3, and Scream 5.
Marcelo really likes these movies. You have a
Yeah,
ranking for them. That's awesome.
they are.
Except
Yeah,
for this one. Joel says Red Right Hand is the song. Thanks, Joel.
that's right. Red Right Hand. Yeah, thank you, Joe. But
Ooh.
like
The
I said,
second one is the
this.
best. That one gives me like the genuine creeps. There's certain scenes in that movie that
Also,
really get to me.
Yeah,
that's
but
deepfake or something, right?
no, that's really him.
It's but you know that de aging CG
De-aging.
combination thing.
Skeet Ulrich is
Right.
being de-aged. The same software they used on like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, but like a more advanced version of it.
See, I just thought my phone was ringing.
That was
I mean,
chilling.
again, guys, these film. I mean, this is my favorite horror franchise of all time. So that tells you how much I love the franchise.
But you hate this movie. You want it excommunicated?
Yeah, yeah. I wanna disown this movie.
I know everything about you.
Now, how the hell did a guy like that get into a hospital looking like that?
Well, can't say much about that, but
Well, they're like in
when you
they're in
figure out
Modesto.
when you figure out who it is in the hospital, you think back and you're like, no.
Oh jeez. For crying in the night. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is Amber, right?
No, this is Samantha.
Wait, who's
Sister.
this this girl?
She's the
Yeah,
sister
yeah,
of
Shit.
the
Samantha.
first
Yeah.
victim.
I think my audio got too loud.
Her father is Billy Loomis,
Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
Billy Loomis, the best kill in the Screen franchise.
and
Yes, yes, yes.
she's physically seeing him like a hallucination. So like
hmm
you start
That's
thinking
why.
like
That's
she's
why
not
she's
all
taking.
there.
Yeah, that's why she's taking the antipsychotics.
Now that what the cop just said is a big clue, an actual like clue as to the
Oh, what did
ghost's
the cop say? I
face.
missed it.
He said, "I just had a killing at the bar and one right here." You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
hmm
I thought we were gonna see Dewey.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
he
coming.
just mentioned him.
It's
I think
coming.
no.
It's coming.
she's from
Scream 4.
four, yeah. I like. There's really only ever been two bad Scream movies, three and this one, and they're bad in the sense that they're just like not as good. They're
Mm.
still enjoyable.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
kills are
but
pretty
those
brutal all
films.
around.
I mean, even Scream 3, that's awful, is watchable. But this movie is so goddamn awful from a structural standpoint that I just get pissed at it.
The
Well,
the
we look
the,
forward to you structurally tearing it down.
I find the characters in four, which by the way they're bringing some of those characters back for six, which I'm glad. They're more likable all around. These characters are all like we know about movies and reboots, and it's meta. It's supposed to be that way, but they're super. they're almost like caricatures
Yeah,
of
character.
Scream
Yeah,
characters. Like they seem like they're this is
yeah,
like more like a stab movie. Like it's like the movie in a movie. It feels like more
yeah,
because
but
they actually
but
do
the
really meta shit in this movie that they've never done before in any other one. Like super, almost kind of goofy meta shit.
Hmm.
but
You'll
the
see
main
it when it
problem,
comes.
the main problem with this movie is that all of the new people, we don't spend enough time with them before things start to happen to them. And so when things start to happen to them, you don't care. So I think that in itself is a big giant fail from the screenplay writer standpoint because
Well,
it's their job to make us care about the new people.
I would argue that you spend as much time with the victims or potential victims in this movie as any other one. It's just that they just happen to be better written in like 1, 2, and 4.
Right.
When you look at 3, reminds me of 3 in the way that it's kind of sloppy in its characters and it's like I don't care about them as much. Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, it's not.
Right.
It's a drags. Like some of the conversations, like this whole thing about. I know I'm talking over it. Sorry, but she's explaining the whole backstory. It's like who cares? This actually
Yeah.
means nothing to the story in the
I
end.
learned
No,
how
this
to.
means
It's a
nothing.
red flag.
I learned how to listen to two things at the same time by my hero Glenn Gould. So I was actually following both of you, which is cool.
Yeah.
But no, I'm pretending I couldn't follow both of you, but I was trying. Joel says the first two are okay, but I have seen thousands of horror films. You said you made a list, I think, Joel, of like the top 1,000 horror films. When you make it, if you share it online, be sure to tag me. I'd like to see it. I think that's what you said. It was
I'm
way
pretty
up there.
sure Joel has seen House by the Cemetery.
It was-
Bet you've seen Italian horror films.
Oh, I've seen a few of those. I've seen Suspira, I think. Suspira, yeah.
They're oddly
Suspiria.
structured and unnecessarily sadistic. Some of them.
I've seen Sleepaway Camp. That's like a crazy film.
The Burning is probably one of the most underrated horror movies of the '80s, starring Jason Alexander.
Oh, interesting.
It's about Chopsy, the
I
legend
think
of
my
Chopsy.
favorite horror movie, the one that scares the shit out of me the most, is that one with Black Peter, the lamb or whatever. The what was his name? I can't
Uh,
remember. It was like, anyways, he was like, "Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?" Remember, the witch.
oh, I never saw that.
Oh my god, that movie freaks me out. That's number one for me, I think.
That is an A24 picture, isn't it?
I think so,
Yep.
yeah.
24.
Oh my god, that movie gives me like the creeps.
If Joel is interested in like true horror, The Sadness is a Taiwanese horror movie, I believe. It's from Taiwan. It's considered one of the most violent and probably the most sadistically violent films ever made. It's a zombie film, and it's like constant
Ugh.
scenes of death and blood and gore and torture, just like relentless. I watched the trailer, I had to look away. I literally could not watch the trailer to this movie.
Yeah.
It was making me sick. It's called The Sadness.
Have you ever watched a horror movie where the surprise or the jump cut, like that little surprise pan or whatever, with the music that where the music doesn't happen and it still makes you jump?
Yeah.
That
What's
happens
an
in the
example?
Babadook.
Oh, it does. Okay.
She's having a dream, and she all of a sudden just sees her son dead on the couch, all bloody.
Mm-hmm.
And right as you're seeing it, her son in real life is like, "Hey, mom!" And it's like this weird thing where she's seeing him dead, but he's right there next to her, and it's no music or anything. It's just fucking freaky.
Oh wow. Ruben says 12 Friday the 13th movies. 12. There's 12. They just need to make one more. It'll be the ultimate Friday the 13th movie. Is that happening?
The rights are all up in the air. They've been trying to make a new one for years. Hasn't been working out.
Ruben, we're watching Scream 5. So far, it's kind of boring.
Ruben, why aren't you here right now? You could back me up. You could help me through this traumatic movie. Why aren't you here right now? What are you doing?
The link's in the mycelial network thing.
There's Dewey.
It's doing. twice.
Yay! Oh, he's like something's wrong. He's all like pathetic. Well, I
Yeah,
guess he
he's been
always has
stabbed
been.
50 times and he has nerve damage.
Shit, it would be really crazy if the movie actually addresses that.
They do.
Oh, they do. Oh, jeez, that sucks. That's a tough man to be stabbed that much and still
So
be
the
alive.
timestamp I have is 31:49, 31:50.
Yep, 52, 53,
That's a hell of a good
54,
reason.
56, 57, 58.
I'm just sitting in my trailer watching my ex-wife or girlfriend or whatever it is, who's like still hot in her mid-50s.
Yep, she is. Courtney Cox, man, still, still like a firecracker.
Don't forget, his sister Patricia Arquette starred in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors.
Oh,
It's a little bit of horror trivia.
it's a horror family. The family that horrors together stays together. Did I say that right?
The Arquettes are a big. There's actually like 3 or 4, maybe more actors in that family.
Yeah, there's well,
Rosanna
there's
Arquette.
David, Rosanna, and then who's the other brother who's kind of cool and interesting?
Oh, Luke. No, wait. No,
Luke Arquette.
I was
No,
thinking.
it's
No, no.
here. I just look him up. The Arquettes. Anyways, the dad is David Arquette, right?
Um,
Alexis Arquette. I think Alexis may be trans, actually.
yes, I believe so.
Wow. There's so many Arquettes. Rosanna Arquette's the mom. That's right.
I just want to point out this scene. Stewie is very astute. He's very astute.
Yeah.
He's like telling all the truths right now, and you as an audience member like, yeah, but maybe not.
Why the hell did you go to Dewey? You should be going to Sidney Prescott. Why the hell did you go to Dewey?
Well, you know, it's if they listen to him,
Yeah,
if she
no,
listened
seriously.
to him right away,
Yeah, but that's
she
right.
could have
That's
avoided
right.
a
If
lot
they
of
listened to him right
chaos.
away, they would die.
He's kind of like telling them, like, "Hey, I've been in 4 of these movies now. This is the 5th one. I know how it goes. The writers aren't clever enough to trick me, okay?"
Yeah.
But it's not fair because it's not a fair guessing game because you can't guess because retroactively things don't add up. So there you go.
No, things. You're right, PJ. Things
And it
in
all
this
just
movie
has to do with the
add up
size of
at
a.
all.
It just has to do with the size of a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like the Ghostface killer is a certain actor
Absolutely.
played by a stuntman. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they never account
absolutely.
for like how the person really is, how like they're sized in real life. And that, I
No.
think that goes back to the other movies. Usually, the killer ends up being some taller guy, right?
yeah, tall guy. Yeah.
And that makes sense. But then when it's not it doesn't. It never. Sometimes it never fits.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's it.
Emma Roberts in Part 4. It's like I don't remember parts in where the ghost face was that short.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was she wearing, stilts? Like I don't get it.
No, but
The-
the other thing about 4, 3, and 2, and 1.
And Corey Culkin
is
was
that-
the other one. He's also short. So you have 2 short killers, and then Ghostface is bigger than that. It's
Right.
like, no.
But the thing about that is Wes had a particular way of
It's
shooting
Neve
Ghostface,
Campbell. Nev Campbell.
so you couldn't really see
Tell,
how
yeah.
you couldn't really ascertain how tall Ghostface really was. But in this movie, you can tell that Ghostface is like reasonably a tall person, so it really doesn't make any logical sense.
Nev Campbell looks awesome.
Yeah, man, she looks amazing.
You're beautiful. It's true.
It's true. I feel like that's appropriate. That should be playing at this moment. Joel says David Arquette is in Ravenous, 1999, with Guy Pearce and Robert Carla. I love that movie, Ravenous.
You know what they say, Canadian don't crack.
So, is she in the other town, the fictional town, still, or is everyone now in
No,
Modesto?
she's in LA actually.
L.A. Okay, but now
But
they.
that's
When
not
did they move to Modesto? When did they leave the fictional town of whatever it was, the Wood something?
Woodsboro.
Yeah, Woodsboro.
Well, she left after Scream 4. Dewey left after his marriage went into shambles. So,
So, how long has Scream taken place in Modesto, though? Is this the first movie?
Yes,
yeah,
wouldn't it
this is the
Oh,
first
okay.
movie to take place in Modesto. Yeah,
Also, real life places, because Woodsboro is a fictitious town.
right.
Hmm, that's interesting. It's so crazy that no one uses an iPhone in this movie.
Hmm.
Also, now I'm curious about the interface on Samsung. It looks nice. I like those like angular shapes and stuff.
It's funny how the first movie came out in '96, was like such a runaway hit. By the way, you wouldn't have had Scream if you didn't have Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Uh,
That's right.
and then just a year later, Scream 2 comes out, another hit. Then it's 3 years, and then Scream 3. And then it's,
10 years.
Jesus, no, 11 years.
11 years.
2011.
Okay.
And now it's
11 years.
another 11 years with this one.
Oh,
And now
geez.
the sequel to this one is coming just next year.
Just next year. That's
3
interesting.
years.
They're going to milk this for all it's worth.
Randy.
Courtney Cox is coming back. No word on Nev Campbell.
But the
That's
other
because
day,
Sydney
I
finally
shouldn't-
dies, doesn't she?
I shouldn't have even said
Said that.
anything about Gail or Sydney. I haven't revealed anything, by the way.
No,
you
it's
know,
okay. Look at that.
Yeah, Randy Meeks, the conspiracy theorist horror guy from the first movie.
They have like a shrine to him. Oh, okay, this is his house.
But
It's
I
cool
got
to
some
get
news the
all
other
these.
day that made me so happy, but I'm not going to reveal what that was having to do with Screen 6, but I'm so happy.
It's directed by Alex Kurtzman.
No, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Touche no.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I don't care.
That's him. It's this guy for sure.
Who are you guessing?
That guy right there.
The
The blonde
tips.
guy. Yeah.
That's good.
Wait,
You know the
who's
sassy girl who's just
who's who's this child of Stumacher? That blonde guy that I thought was the killer?
Stu Macher was Billy Loomis's partner in the first one. So
Yeah.
one
But
of
who
these
here is
people
their-
his kid?
Yeah, I
guess.
think it's the blonde
I forget
kid.
that part. I did only watch
No,
this
no,
once.
Stu's kid is not in this movie, right?
Okay. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. Her right there, she tends to be typecast as like an unpleasant, sassy person. And in 2 movies, she got set on fire and died.
Oh, jeez.
But in one show called Better Things, she's the daughter of the main character, and she's always like abrasive and sassy and unpleasant, like all the time. And like everything she's in, she's kind of like the same way. In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and
She gets set.
others.
In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she gets set on fire.
I won't say
A
the other movie where she
requel?
gets set on fire, but
A requel? This is the meta part I imagine you were talking about.
no, this is the good stuff. It gets really ridiculous toward the end. You'll see it. You'll know when you see it.
I like her shirt. I feel like I want that shirt.
That's exactly what's happening. You know what? I gotta say, Marcel, I won't say the reasoning. The killers have a motive, and when they explain it, I'm like, that's actually pretty modern and clever, and you know what I mean? Like, it's not a bad concept.
Okay, all right. Well,
Because we're
I
in
was
the age
so
of requels and
yeah.
what
I
she just
mean,
talked about. I mean, it all makes
yeah. I
sense.
mean, I was so pissed off at that point that I just wanted the movie to be over. But I found their reasoning to be ridiculous, personally. But hey,
I mean, it's the formula of the series of the way they're talking and speculating about like they're basically in a horror movie. What do we do? How do we
hmm
fucking wheel out of it? Basically,
right.
maybe the sixth one will be better.
I
This
don't know
one
if
is
I
light on
like
the
the
action,
word
by the way.
requel, but it's catchy. I'm not sure I'm into requels. I already don't like prequels, so I'm not sure what to say about a requel.
A requel is kind of like what Ghostbusters Afterlife was, where
Oh,
it's
interesting.
canonically in the same universe, but it's not the same characters. But legacy characters may show up. That looks so bad. I'm not crazy, Daddy.
Do you guys?
I don't have a split personality and secretly am the killer. That's what you're
That's what
led
I
to
was
believe,
gonna.
isn't it? That's what you're
That's
led to
what I'm
believe, though.
totally. I was totally going there. That's hilarious. Or that this turned into a ghost movie, and what we're actually seeing is a haunting as well as a murder movie, which would be
Yeah,
wild.
definitely jumping the shark there.
Oh gosh.
Like a supernatural thriller. Like the dead father guides the murderous daughter with a split personality. Oh jeez.
It sounds like one of the plots and days of our lives.
That one would be called
So,
like a silent scream. Ah. Oh god.
a lot of the this kind of stuff takes place in the like broad daylight.
This is so stupid.
So, speaking of Moon Knight, oh jeez. Her son's kind of cute. If that's her
Oh
son.
god, it's so stupid.
Even though he's a murderer, he's probably the murderer for sure.
You see him butt naked in a couple of minutes.
Oh, nice.
No.
Yeah.
He does have nice cakes though. The son. Oh, we are gonna see him butt naked. Yay.
It's funny because the mom is closer to my age. And like these kids are actually probably in their 20s or something.
Yeah,
So,
the
like,
actors.
in reality, the actor is probably maybe 17 to 20 years older than, the person that's playing their kid.
That's kind of cool. They're turning the trope around and doing a male shower scene. I don't think I've seen that much in horror movies.
I kind of like this scene. What's about to happen? It's probably one of the better parts of the movie. I guess anytime there's action, that's what we're waiting for. I guess.
Oh, jeez. I feel like I recognize that voice. Is it the same voice?
Yep.
Oh, gotcha. You
It's the
said that
same
earlier,
voice
I think.
actor, but the conceit is that
His name
you
is
can just have a.
Samuel Jackson, I think.
That's not Samuel Jackson.
No,
No, but the actor's name is Samuel Jackson.
Oh, okay, without the L. Is that why
Yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson has it? Whoa, look at this.
I think so.
actually, it's Roger L. Jackson.
Thank you,
Roger L.
Roger L.
Jackson.
Jackson. Thanks, PJ.
I'm gonna rename you Misinformation Marcelo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But the whole thing is that anybody in this universe can get a voice changer that flawlessly changes your voice, this voice actor's
True.
voice, for over like 25 or whatever years, or
That's true.
and they always know the killer
Oh,
always
it's-
know the right inflection, like how to sound just like Ghostface.
You guys, this is a little too steamy for me. We're getting a little too much skin here. And it's a Psycho reference, which is interesting. Oh no. But I thought he was the killer. Now I'm wrong. Now I have to guess who the killer is. I do like this car scene too, juxtaposed with the shower scene.
It's like the Alfred scene in the Batman. He's like, "Oh, Alfred's gonna get the mail. I gotta get there fast."
That's right. That's right. Oh, we should do a watch along commentary of the Batman. Have you already done that? Whoa. Ah, that sucks.
I guess you didn't.
You're in the
have
middle of the
guts.
fucking day, in the middle of the goddamn streets. Oh, you moron! Oh, good God,
Whoever's
this-
watching the movie with us, like I love that's what they're hearing right now is Marcelo screaming. Oh geez, this is like wowzers.
Oh God!
Everybody's at work, see? Everybody's.
Oh, that's his mom, right? That sucks. I'd be heartbroken. Unless
he
I were
won't
the
be
killer.
mourning for long.
He won't be.
So
He
is that
won't even-
iTunes? That music app is like iTunes for Android or something like that? Samsung? It's interesting. Oh geez, no.
Did you just see iTunes on there?
No, I thought it looked like iTunes, but it wasn't. It was like rainbow colors or something like that. Oh gosh, I'm like so anxious right now. Don't kill the cute murderer guy that I suspected was the murderer. Don't do it. Whose mom just died? Sheriff Hicks? Deputy Hicks? Oh, look, they have a vegetable table there. Periodic table of veggies. That's cool. That just shows you what a cool. Oh no, it's gonna happen now. Stop. That was a good foolery. Good tomfoolery there.
Ooh.
I hate this movie. I think his name is Wes, this kid, so that must be like an homage to Wes Craven.
Yes, it is.
It's cool. No, it's not your mom, dude. Get ready to throw that ice tray.
Oh, he's not even gonna get an opportunity to do that.
Oh man, music's really good. Oh jeez, the door's open. He's gonna see his mom dead.
Mm.
7 people have jogged by or
Seven
gone
people
by with
jump.
their dogs, and they're like, "Not my problem."
I hope they.
Speaking of Moon Knight, earlier I was gonna say I finished it finally. I have a lot of questions. Do you guys know? Oh, he didn't look. Open the door.
And
Ah,
Oh shit,
ah,
that was good.
oh.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Good grief. Oh man. Oh good god. Oh man. That's like too much. I can't. Jeez, I'm like wincing. Ooh. But it's so good. Oh jeez. The makeup's amazing. Oh, my neck hurts. Wow, that was very gory. Oh man, that was like a crazy kill.
Gail.
do you think the Ghostface stabs so many times, like they're counting the movies? Like stab 1, stab 2, stab 3, stab 4, the reckoning.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yay! I knew
I
it.
mean the people who do wear the ghost face are psychotic, so I wouldn't doubt that would be something that they would do. Maybe.
She should have said, "So no one told you life was going to be this way." Then clapped her hands a bunch
Oh,
of
told you
times.
life is gonna be the and then somebody should have told that, and then somebody should have clapped like audibly.
I think it's so cool that that they got the main guys back together for this, including Skeet Ulrich. But what was the other guy's name? Matthew Lillard?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Stewart.
dying, man. In the first movie.
That's right.
Why'd you hit the phone, Dick? So
I remember seeing that in theaters, and people were laughing at that last part when they were stabbing it. They're like, it was cringe, but like people were like, and then like laughing uncomfortably.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like the energy kind of, it's a nervous energy, you know? I really like what Courtney Cox is wearing here, too. It's like very bold red dress. Has Courtney Cox been in every single one?
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
yep.
She really likes these movies.
Yep.
He's been in every single one.
Mm-hmm.
And Sid's been there, and Sid has been in every single one too.
Nev Campbell.
Yeah, Sid. Sorry, yeah. Yep.
This is the one where she has the least amount of screen time.
Hmm.
Yep.
She's basically a glorified cameo.
Yeah, she is. I would agree with that.
They do, out of the legacy characters, they do focus on Dewey here the most.
Yeah, but there's a reason why they do that.
Oh, they mentioned Woodsboro. Who played Judy?
But that was the cop.
Oh, just now. Jeez.
Yeah. Wasn't that his sister? Marcelo?
I
No,
think
wait.
Marcelo fell asleep.
No, I don't know.
Marcelo, are you there?
What happened? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What'd you guys say?
Was the cop Dewey's sister?
No.
But he worked with her back in the day or something.
Yeah, no, no. Dewey worked with her in Scream 4. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They just brought YouTube into the Scream movies. Is that the first time? YouTube on YouTube, Joel says. Uh-oh. Shit.
You know, at this point, like realistically, like the FBI should be like, "Oh yeah, some more Ghostface stuff. We need to get on this and like
That's
squash this
true.
right away."
Hey,
But
guys,
the
I
law
gotta
enforcement is
I
always
gotta
so slow
run,
to
but
act.
enjoy the rest of the movie. Okay.
Okay, Marcelo.
All right,
All right, guys. See you later.
have a good night.
See ya.
Yep.
Marcelo didn't want to see this movie, poor thing.
Wow, he didn't like it that very much.
Yeah.
But hopefully the sixth one will be better.
Oh, jeez. Wait, so whose daughter is she, though?
She has a different father.
Oh, okay. I feel like we've seen this trope in, or this kind of thing, like this kind of idea of like someone injured in the hospital escaping a murder in like one of the Michael Myers movies, right?
Yeah, in part two,
Yeah, that's right.
they do some of that in the latest one, Halloween Kills. There's hospital stuff.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Nah, she'll be fine.
She's got to make it to the end. She's the new Sid, right? That's who they.
Yeah, they're setting her up that way.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. The sound design's really good. Like I'm listening in my hi-fi headphones, and it's wild. It like spins around and stuff. Like they have it mixed really good. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
She's like, why is he sleeping?
Oof. Those Priuses can really do. Oh, jeez. You can't do anything to help it. Oh, she's trying to get the radio or something, or the gun.
What a strange hospital.
it's, it's like, where's the staff?
Yeah, that's never the case. That hospitals are this empty.
Empty.
And, like,
It's true.
you think another patient in another room would be like, "What's going on out there?"
Or why would they? Or like
Unle-
they should have a good reason for putting her on like an empty ward. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're hiding her, but they never mentioned it, as far as I know, as far as I could tell.
Yeah, and also if he Ghostface had killed a couple of people first, like he did it very quietly without any commotion.
Oh, jeez. Oh man.
Note the size of Ghostface here. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Tall, about as tall as Jack Quaid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what this is the stuff like when people think back, we're like, oh, that didn't add up because you're trying to guess properly, right?
Yeah.
And you're taking into account like the physical.
Like how tall they are.
So you're thinking
But
that's a
but
tall woman
the
or
mouth
a,
hole could be the actual eye hole, and he could be trying to make himself look taller than he actually is. You know what I mean?
true, yeah.
So he could be looking out of the mouth hole instead of the eye holes. Oh jeez. Oh my god. That's the thing about the Ghostface guy is always so brutal.
Yeah.
The voice actor who does this has gotten a lot better, like with the inflections and shit. It's very creepy. Ooh, nice. I like that little. Maybe I'm just stalling for time, fuckhead.
All the good that's gonna do.
I'm so glad they didn't kill.
Let's not check the
Oh, jeez.
room. Let's not be aware of the room that the Ghostface just went into. Let's
Oh.
walk past it and then walk back. You know what I mean?
True,
Like,
true.
it's just
Dewey's a little out of practice there. A lot out of practice. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. They actually got him. What?
you'd think so though, wouldn't you? You'd think that. It's this is where the audience starts screaming at
At
the
the
characters
thing.
like, "What are you doing?"
Doing. Joel says the FBI should just always track Dewey.
Yeah. Oh, he's just thinking of this now. See? Okay.
Oh, man.
And even so, just watch. Oh my
No,
god,
no, no.
it's frustrating as hell.
Why would you do this, sir? Oh, what?
He needed to do that right
Oh,
away because he shoots Ghostface in the chest. Right?
right,
You could
right.
have a flak jacket or whatever. And
Oh, man.
it's just the character has to be stupid at a certain time for certain reasons.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy,
No.
it's such a cheap, unearned death.
Yeah, I agree.
It's you've jobbed the character just to kill him off. You've made him.
He should have
Well,
died a hero. That's
remember
Dewey, man.
he
Yeah.
was a law enforcement officer,
Yeah, it's true.
and he sees the flak jacket. He's like, "Damn it! I should have known."
Oh. Like Dewey's definitely dead this time. There's no there's no question about it.
Dewey is screwied.
Dewey is screwed. Poor Dewey. Abdomen. Oh man. Dewey. Well, at least there's still Huey and Louie, his brothers.
And his uncle Donald.
Wait, they're Daisy's kid, right? I thought they were Donald and Daisy's kids. No. Whose kids are they?
Undetermined. We know that Scrooge McDuck and Donald are their
Our
uncles.
uncles. Oh wow,
So
that's interesting.
their brother is never mentioned.
I can't believe we're
Or
watching this scene and talking about the duck lineage of Donald and Huey and Louie
of anthropomorphic ducks.
characters. Man, well that was good. I feel like the ghost face is gonna come after all of them though. Oh, here's no. I thought it was gonna be Nev Campbell. Yeah, I keep getting psyched out that it's gonna be Nev Campbell.
I don't want to rag on this actor, but she's not all that interesting.
Who is this? I don't know
She's-
her. Let's see, Scream 5.
Oh, I don't know her name. I've never seen her in anything else.
This is Samantha. It's Melissa Barrera. I've never heard of her. Let's look her up. This is how you know you're getting old, kids. You don't know all the new actors. You're like, who's that? There she is.
I came straight from Canada.
Is that where Nev Campbell lives?
No,
Is she
she's from
Ca-
Canada.
Oh, okay.
She got her start in a Canadian series called Catwalk.
Mm.
And I watched it as a kid and I never quite understood it. It's like a young adult kind of drama. And it has it's about like models, I think. I don't know.
Hmm.
I barely remember it. But that's where I first saw her, Catwalk. She was very young. Then she was in a show called Party of Five.
Oh yeah, I saw that show. That's how I found out. That's how I remember meeting Nev Campbell. Actually, that was
I
her
remember-
breakout role. I feel like, right? That was like her big. That took her. Is that
remember
show
she was
that
on
has
a-
that? Sorry, that theme. How do you talk to an angel? Right?
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, okay. What were you gonna say?
She earlier in her career, she had to be coached on how to Americanize her Canadian pronunciations.
Hmm.
Like for example, in Newfoundland we say sorry. In Ontario and in most other places in Canada, it's more like sorry.
Sorry.
So when
Oh.
she said sorry and the set of Party of Five, they're like, no, you can't. That's you sound Canadian. You have to say sorry.
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 About is some
About.
Canadians will say not. That's an exaggerate.
Uh,
It's more like about.
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 About. There's
But
like a little.
People
It's a
make
bit
fun and say-
Irish.
yeah, people say a boot, but nobody actually says a boot. But it's just some people have a strong accent. It makes it kind of sound like that.
Mm. A boot. So
We
she
say
said
can
that
of,
too.
We say can of drink for like a pop or something. A can of pop. In
Hmm.
Ontario, they're like, "Would you like a pop?" I'm like, "You want to punch me in the face?" Because that's what it sounds like. You want a pop? And it's like, a soft drink. They're like, soft drink? I'm like, yeah, that's what we call them. Newfoundland is very some like kind of a more American in some ways than the rest of Canada.
I would say from my interactions with you, if you're a typical Newfoundlandian, then yeah, you're very Americanized, or you are more American, I should say. Probably more
My-
American than Americans. I'm just kidding.
One of my teachers in my first school in Ontario would sometimes accuse me of sounding like I was trying to sound like I was from New York. He's like, "Why do you do this like New York?" I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about, but this is just the way I talk." And I eventually ended up sounding like a complete like mainlander, so to speak. One teacher was like, she was Irish. She's like, "Are you from Northern Ireland?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm from New York. I'm from Northern Ireland." Like people can't distinguish the accent. They like get confused by it. They're like, "It's Irish, but not quite."
Not quite Irish.
I'm taking my sister out of this hospital. You ain't doing no more tests on her, taking her blood and whatnot. She got track marks like the bejesus. She looks like a heroin addict. What are you doing to her? You're taking all of her blood is what you're doing. How many tests you gotta run?
I wish it was like that instead of this, actually.
You need some European characters in the mix in these Scream movies. Because they're also a generic American, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like upper middle class. It's like, I don't know. I suppose it's the town.
Joel says he wants you to narrate the whole movie. Like,
I'm getting my sister out here. Michael Myers be here any minute.
I feel like Richie's gonna get killed. So, of the people left, I think that the killer could actually be. I don't know now. Now I'm kind of confused. Oh, that would be a really crazy twist, right?
She's like, all of these movies have driven me mad. I have franchise fatigue.
Ah.
They're like the
Oh, they do
smart
come.
ones.
They're like the what?
They're the smart ones who've been through it all and know exactly what to do. They're like, we're gonna do what Dewey couldn't.
It's sad that Dewey. I guess it's sad and appropriate that Dewey went out like such a bitch.
They make him such a lonely, kind of sad, pathetic character.
Yeah, it's true. He even doesn't like. It's kind of appropriate that I guess he doesn't die a hero like I wanted him to, but Dewey deserves like a better moment. What would Dewey do? I like that. What would Dewey do? Don't do that. What you think Dewey would do, just don't do the opposite.
Don't do what Donnie Don't does.
So house parties, I haven't been to one since I was like a teenager. It looks like they haven't changed at all in like 40 years or 30 years.
Yeah, they're the same. The only difference is they're more inclusive. People aren't as like people in the 80s would just like say stuff you could never say now.
Oh, that's true.
And like in terms of like how men would generally approach women, it's like just objects ogling, like grabbing ass, like.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't see that anymore.
It's not like the first Scream movie had that type of stuff, but like further back you go, the more.
Well, I kind of appreciate that house parties are more polite. There were some pretty crazy, rude things that would happen at some.
This day and age, somebody gets out of line, everybody's like checking them. It's like, hey, now, did you touch that girl's ass with her consent? I don't care if you've been drinking. It's like,
yeah. Oh, jeez. This is reminiscent of one of the scenes in Scream because it was in a garage, right? That's how. Who gets killed that way? Drew Barrymore? No. Someone gets killed
Rose
that way.
McGowan.
Rose McGowan, that's right. They're going to kiss.
I would be afraid to meet her in real life.
Rose McGowan? Or her?
No, her, the not her, the other girl.
Oh, okay.
She always plays someone either crazy
Deranged.
or borderline, or like even in the show Better Things, where she's just a normal young girl. She's just always got that look and like sassing her mother and her other kid.
Gotcha.
To be fair, her sister in the show is also like, they're like these kids who are like very upfront with the mother. You know, it's It's like a blurred line between mother and daughter.
Mm.
And it's a really good show. Pamela Alden stars in it, and yeah, it's a really interesting show.
Typical makeout scene. They're gonna get killed. You can't be virgins, right? You have to. I mean, yeah, non-virgins get killed before virgins, I guess. Did they break the
Definitely a
virgin
virgin.
rule in any of the Scream movies? I can't remember.
Sydney and Billy did it
Uh,
in the first one.
no, but I mean that's right. That's why they were able to kill her, is because she wasn't technically a virgin. Oh, he's the murderer.
Oh my god. Dude's about to get his cherry popped. He's like, I don't know. You could kill me. Most guys would take the risk.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he did. What's snoo snoo? Real Friday the 13th rules: have sex, you die. Oh, here we go.
This is the super meta stuff where they're watching like recreations of the first Scream movie while acting out scenes themselves from the first Scream movie unintentionally. You're about it gets
Uh,
more. It's like a movie within a movie within a movie kind of. I was like, okay, all right.
it's trippy AF.
What does SNU mean? SNU.
Yeah, tell us what snoo snoo is.
Snoo snoo.
Snoo snoo. Here we go. Death by snoo snoo from Futurama. They are sexed to death. That is a good way to die, I guess. Hey Braxton, what's up? We're watching Scream 5. Let us know if you want a timestamp. I think we're almost at the end. Also, hop on. I sent you the link if you want to.
There's like 30 something minutes left.
Yeah. That sounds like the scanner from Star Trek 3 on the Genesis planet when they're looking for life forms.
Hmm.
I think it might actually be that sound.
Forms, do. Those precious little life,
Life
forms.
form, where are you? Yeah, I think this is like a weird sound design homage to Star Trek 3.
This is I don't know.
I
This
might
to
be
be a real
imagining
thing.
that.
What he's doing. This
Oh,
is
like tracking someone?
this is a made up app to track somebody that close in proximity.
I feel like some of the hookup apps like let you know someone's like 10 feet. Oh, geez. Like 10 feet away from. Oh, wow. That's gotta hurt so much.
Mm-hmm. Could
Like
hit your
you're.
femoral artery.
Oof. Ay, ay, ay.
Looks like he's done for.
Oh, cool, Braxton. You're headed to the club. Have fun.
Yeah, have fun, dude.
This is our club. Oh, jeez.
We're watching teenagers.
We're watching Rafi's son get killed right now. And I think he kind of deserves it. Sorry. Not sorry. You should have been nicer to your mom. She just wants to have a relationship with you. I know she sounded like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but she's not.
Don't worry, she found another son in Elnor. She doesn't need him anymore.
Oh, jeez, I just sneezed. I couldn't hit mute fast enough. Sorry. Yeah, she found it. Ooh.
Ah.
Everyone I thought is the killer is being murdered.
See, in the first movie, the music was "Hey Macarena."
It was. I don't remember. I don't
No,
remember
no,
that. That's funny.
no. It would have been something like that, or like Mambo Number Five,
Oh yeah, a little bit.
"Livin' La Vida Loca." I don't know. Bailamos.
Wow, it's so early.
The climax of the movie needs to take place here, so you all need to leave. Oh,
So if those kids are Gen Z, that's like the Zoomers, right? What we call Zoomers. Then what's Jack Quaid's the
he's
Millennials?
he's an elder millennial. I know him. I would say he's just a millennial because he's around my age, right? So
I guess
I
so.
think
Yeah.
let me look that up.
Oh,
Yes, and yeah, he's a millennial.
he's an elder millennial, as you said. I
No,
like that. I like
no,
that term.
he's actually a young millennial. He was born in 1990.
Millennia.
People born from 81 to 1996 are considered millennials.
Millennials.
Well, actually, he was born in 92. Sorry.
What is going on here? Oh, jeez. Hmm. She's the killer. Totally the killer. Get revenge for your brother. Oh, look, openly. Oh, yeah, California has legal weed. That's right. Yeah, I'd be afraid of you. I'm gonna go get a refill. I'll still be listening.
Stu Macher's house. She didn't know that before? This is the super, super meta part.
I made it back on time. Oh, shit.
It's like he in the movie is watching a movie, and she's watching the movie with the killer. You know.
And that's a movie of the movie that we saw. Here's a little ASMR. Oh, geez, come on. Ruben came in at the end.
It's time to party. Come on, now Scream 5. What?
We're
Which one did you watch? 4?
watching 5. Do you want the timestamp?
No,
be right
I've
back.
seen 5 enough.
You've watched it more than once?
I've seen it twice. I love Scream.
Did you like this movie?
No.
Wow.
It is not my favorite Scream movie. That's definitely for sure.
Well, we're at the climax, I think. I don't know.
Although I could possibly like it a little bit more than part 3.
Uh-oh.
What's up,
So we're at the-
Joel? I've been murdering aliens in Destiny. Destiny 2, I should say. But you should have watched Friday the 13th, Part 8.
That's what we should have
Because
watched.
it has Ralph Offenheiser
Ooh,
from TNG
shit.
episode.
it's her. The creepy lady, the creepy girl is the killer.
Oh, yeah.
PJ was right. Well, PJ already saw this.
I
That's
hope
my
he's right.
first time.
Where's Marcello?
Oh, he couldn't stand it. He hates this movie so much. He had to go.
He couldn't stand it?
No, I think he had a deadline to begin with. And he was
yeah,
like
oh,
already
okay.
yeah, like he was already like, I think he said earlier in the chat he could be on for a little while. But he also hates this movie. He was like screaming at it,
Yeah,
which is funny.
We've discussed it.
So, PJ, that creepy girl was the killer, it looks like.
Yes, indeed.
But the movie's not, I looked at the timestamp. The movie's like not over, so I don't know. Could be more twists coming up. Nev Campbell.
You know, there should have been a montage of Gale Weathers and Sidney Prescott doing that typical horror movie suiting
Yeah.
up thing where they strap
I
themselves with all
agree.
the artillery and like
That would have
flak
been
jackets
great.
and-
Oh,
Wouldn't they
she's
think they
faking
have a-
it.
Wouldn't they think they have bulletproof vests at this point?
Yeah, I agree. Just shoot her. Shoot her. Trap. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Gail Weathers just got shot.
I guess she didn't have the stomach for it.
She's been shot now 3 times. She was shot in part 1, part 2. Was she shot in part 3? It's in part 3. I've erased part 3 from memory.
Joel, who's been faithfully in the chat, says everyone is the killer. Dewey rises up to finish them off. Zombie Dewey would be a thing that I would love, actually.
I just watched Friday the 13th, part 6 and 7.
On AMC?
No, on YouTube.
No.
So there's 12 Friday the 13th movies.
On
Yep.
YouTube? What do you mean
Yeah,
on
I
YouTube?
own them on YouTube.
Oh, that's
okay.
cool. It's not like a lease. You actually own it.
Whoa.
What happens if YouTube goes down? Like
I
forever?
mean, no, or if YouTube just decides, hey, we don't want to have this movie on our servers anymore.
Oh, true.
I don't know. I guess it's you'll own
You're-
nothing and you'll love it.
That's funny.
The Great
Oh,
Reset.
shit. Except that a few people do own stuff, so until everyone owns nothing, I'd be down. I'd be down to hand it over to robots.
Robots.
Like, let the robots own
Let the
everything.
robots run.
Yeah.
I saw an ad today on Facebook
Oh,
that
jeez.
said, "Get your web content written 10 times faster with a robot." And I was like, a little tear came out of my eye. Yeah, but I could still write it better.
Not for long. There's this crazy art. Did you see my profile
No,
picture?
there's already web content AI.
Oh,
You've probably
jeez.
read articles that aren't even written by people.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's creepy. And I did a review of 2 movies that were written by an AI called Benjamin.
What? Benjamin?
One movie starred David Hasselhoff, and the other one starred Thomas Middleditch from
Oh
Silicon
shit.
Valley.
Sorry, Sydney's just shooting at things
Sabotage.
randomly. Sabotage the
Sabotage
robots.
robots.
I say robots for because Mr. Rogers says robots, and that's how I learned the word. But I know it's robot. Ooh, shit. Did she actually?
Well, didn't Picard and TNG fuck up the pronunciation of data?
Oh, jeez.
Isn't it supposed to be data?
Wait, sorry. Hold
Goodbye,
on. I got.
Sydney.
Oh man! Don't tell me Sydney's gonna die.
Oh man, that
Although
would
it'd
be
be
great.
interesting.
That would be great. Although I will hand it to the Scream franchise, it's one of the few long-running horror franchises that where its killer did not become a supernatural, unstoppable machine.
Like in Friday the 13th Part 6.
Yeah,
Richie, get
pretty
the
much.
gun! Richie, get the gun!
Well, I
Oh,
mean, in part
good.
2, he's already he was born underwater somehow, or like lived underwater.
Oh
So
shit!
he's
What
already
just
supernatural
happened?
in part 2.
Uh-oh.
Richie, what? No,
There's
no.
Boimler, too.
You just got boimed. What?
This is where he starts talking crazy, just like Matthew Lillard
Oof.
in the first one. He's all like goofy and shit. He's like,
Oh,
Let's
and look
face
who
it, baby.
I
These
knew it.
days, you gotta have a sequel.
They were so prescient.
you
Oh
little
I've
no.
seen
piss.
I've seen Scream 1 and 2 an absurd amount of times, especially part 1.
I'm so disappointed. Like, because I didn't want him. Yeah, it is a bummer. It's you. Wow, that was a perfect line.
There's a channel called Red Letter Media, and they do best of the worst. Like they go through all these different old movies and stuff. Jack Quaid, right, was on an episode.
Yeah, it was
In the
great.
first 5 minutes, one of the hosts spoils the ending of Scream 5. And Jack Quaid's reaction is like, what the fuck? Like, not everybody
That's
saw it yet, you know what I mean? Like,
that's funny.
he's like, he played the killer in Scream 5. And Jack Quaid's like,
I'm glad I didn't see that episode. This is crazy though.
See,
Ah,
their mode is they wanna reinvigorate the franchise through new murders. That's basically what it is.
The reeks.
I
They've gotten
see.
they've gotten stale, and the last Stab movie didn't even have Sidney Prescott's character in it or some shit. Which ironically enough, the sixth one may be the first one without Nev Campbell.
Jesus Christ! Stop making them
Mm.
already.
It's also a commentary on gatekeepers.
Toxic. It's basically toxic fans are the villains in this movie.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
Well, they're also the villains in real life.
Well, they're taking they're taking that to an extreme here. It's like we're gonna do murders because of our love of a franchise. It's like that's why I don't think the Stab or Scream murders happen too much. You know, it's not a thing in real life because it's so contrived and dumb. That you
No
have to be
pesto
like,
for Boimler.
exactly. Ruben, you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
You remember this girl's character in that movie?
Which I'm not watching Scream 5. Which girl?
The girl from Scream 5 who's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She plays one of the Manson family, the dark-haired one.
Oh yeah.
Who Leonardo DiCaprio sets on fire in the pool.
Yeah, I didn't make that connection. I watched The Lost City today.
I watched that the other day.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I didn't expect to, but I actually did enjoy it.
Oh, whoa. Hmm.
On a subreddit. Oh my fucking god!
You
Like
just
really?
mentioned Reddit. They had 4chan earlier.
The next thing he has to do is put on a red hat. And P.S. The Earth is flat.
Oh. Our movie has stakes. And oof. Oh no.
I do like the kill of that one guy, the blonde haired dude, when they stab him through the neck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, that part looks good. That was well done.
I also like that we
Yeah.
got a male shower scene in a horror movie, which I don't think you see often. Like a sexy male shower scene with steam and like revealing parts a little bit. We didn't see butt though.
I don't know, but you should see Lost City. You could see plenty of Channing Tatum's butt.
Lost City?
Yeah.
With
I
Sandra
think I've
Bullock and
seen Channing
Tatum.
Tatum's dong. He was a model, and there's like photos of him like desnudo with his peen hanging out.
Nice.
Brad Pitt has
Nuts.
a role in it too. I won't say anything, but it's funny. It's
I
actually
want to
pretty
see
good.
that Brad Pitt train movie that I saw a trailer for recently.
What,
The Last
butt
Train
sex
to
on a
Clarksville.
train?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Is it Snakes on a Train?
Butt sex on a train?
Oh wow, what is this little turn of events here?
You know what would be an interesting concept for a screen
Yes.
movie? Just to change it up a bit. Have a ghost-faced killer, right? And then have a second ghost-faced killer who's out to hunt the first ghost-faced killer.
Well, I was thinking it'd be interesting if they make one movie where there's two Ghostface
Ooh.
killers, but they're not working together. They just happen to start killing it around the same time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That would be interesting. And then I think
They
what
need
you
to
said
do
is
something
pretty
different next
interesting, too.
time.
I mean, I think
Like
both
thi-
ideas could work. Like, you know what I mean? Just fucking come up with different concepts for everyone.
But this formula, at this point in the fifth one, it's like, okay, we can be done with this. And like you can't guess the killer because this girl is not as tall as Jack Quaid, but the Ghostface
Oof.
killer is always the same height. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and they don't do like it's a very
Oh my
bad
God.
retread of the first one where
Yes.
they don't do a nearly a good a job of setting everything up, of like even making you think it might be other people. Like the first one does such a great job of giving you a moment where it's like, oh shit, he's wearing those boots, or he's like it brings you into kind of like
Oh,
the mystery and the whodunit.
Nice. Oh, jeez. This is really good and also really like crazy.
Fucking
I don't know what
hand
to say.
sanitizer. I like that part when she gets the hand sanitizer and then catches fire.
you're spoiling parts that haven't happened yet.
Oh shit.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Ruben.
Oh good.
I didn't
say
hear.
anything.
I'm
I
like
didn't
so.
say
I'm
anything.
actually enthralled with the ending. The ending's kind of good. Like I kind of want, you know
The
what I
endings
mean?
are
Like,
always the best parts of these films.
yeah.
I think the
the,
next
re-
one
the
should be
reveal and in the fight.
Sidney Prescott and Gail Weathers as the killers.
That should be good. That would be good. Like they snapped.
Yeah,
They're
they're
like
like, that's it.
franchise.
We're gonna kill before we get attacked.
Time to pass the torch, bitch. It's all yours, bitch. I love that. Yes. Yes. Put her on fire. Set that bitch on fire. Come on. Do it.
She dies in a very. This actress is like, this is the second time I've been set on fire in a movie.
Fuck you, bitch. Yes.
It's
Oh.
the same way too. She's like screaming and going nuts. It's the same fucking thing.
She's like,
Oh, yeah, that's so good.
What's this guy?
I hate
Guy who
her.
played the comedian and Watchmen
Sorry.
that dies and
I
everything.
shouldn't.
Jeffrey Dean
I
Morgan.
should enjoy that torch. Yes.
She's like the Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but of being caught on fire.
Sorry,
dying.
that's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Who's that?
He played the comedian in Watchmen, And he played
Oh yeah,
Superman's
yeah,
dad in Man of Steel.
yeah, yeah.
You know
I
what? You
know.
know what
No.
Gail or Sydney should have said when that scene just happened.
Batman's
She's
dad?
on fire on the floor, and she should have said like,
Batman's dad.
"What?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan played Thomas Wayne in the Snyder.
Oof.
Why are we talking about Snyder stuff? What are you talking about?"
No, because I'm saying that this girl is like the Jeffrey Dean Morgan of being caught on fire, because he
Oh,
dies and everything, and she gets caught on fire and
okay.
everything.
Somebody order extra crispy.
Fucking hand sanitizer.
Oh look, Daddy's coming to help out. The ghost of Skeet Ulrich.
Walking
Look,
Dead,
he's like even.
Supernatural.
The monologuing always turns against works against them. Stalling
Yeah,
for
it's
time
true.
for suspense reasons.
Negan.
Oh, there it's the
I
line.
posted an interview with. Well, no, I haven't posted it yet. It should be.
Never fuck with the daughter of a serial killer. Oh damn, she's going for it too. That's oh man.
He's doing the Boimler thing. Oh,
He
scream.
is actually. He's kind of doing it actually. Dang.
His reaction is priceless.
Quaid. Whenever I hear that name, I think of Total Recall and Kuato.
Here's
Oh,
your
here
ending,
she
motherfucker.
goes. Whoa. Oh, I couldn't watch Jack Quaid get sliced. Damn.
Oh,
And she even does the blade wipe. Oh my god, this is great. The ending's pretty cool.
now she's got the killer instinct.
Now she's got the killer instinct.
Do you remember Ruben and Friday the 13th? They were going to make Corey Feldman the next Jason,
Stop.
and
Are you
that didn't work
serious?
out. Yeah,
They
yeah.
were really gonna do that.
At the
Yeah.
end of part 4, when the mortal Jason is actually killed, like he's actually killed off.
Well, he's never
After-
mortal.
Oh, there goes the brain.
He drowns as a kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Take away that supernatural origin, and he's basically a hulking like behemoth.
Oh, shit,
That has survivable wounds for the first 2 movies, and like really actually dies technically in the fourth
I'll give
one.
it to you. I'll give it to you.
And then the 5th one is an imposter, and then the 6th one is where like okay he's a supernatural super strength zombie, completely different character.
I like
But
that
yes,
Gail Weathers
it
is
far-fetched from
horrified
the
that
beginning
a.
anyway. It never
I
makes
like
any
that Gail
sense.
Weathers is horrified that a child had to kill that crazy lady, but I also like that was a that was like that was a good kill shot. I'll just say of the murderer.
All of these people are in the next movie, I think. Like everybody gets.
Part 6 is when
interesting.
Jason becomes mythological and kind of like a universal horror monster.
Yeah,
Because
it's very.
they give him a very magical rebirth with lightning and all this
And
stuff.
the fact that he's 10 times stronger than he was in any previous movie.
Yeah, I know.
Like
and he has
where he's like
maggots in
literally
his face and
he's bending people backwards and like twisting heads around. And
swinging people in a
But remember
sleeping bag.
the second, third, and fourth one, like you could fuck them up, you could stall them, and after 6, it's like there's literally nothing you could do to stop him.
Yeah, he becomes like a force of nature.
Yeah.
There. I'm gonna give this movie a rating now. I don't think I need to see the ending to give it a rating.
Wait, where are you by right now?
They're in the ambulance. It's the end.
Oh, yeah,
it's
I mean,
the ending.
over.
Ending.
It is over.
Yeah.
Well, except for when the UFO. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna give this movie a 5, like towards the middle of it, but that ending I think bumped it up to a 5.59. It was pretty fun. The ending was fun. It was worth it. It's a good movie. It's good. It's just good. It's not great in that scale. Toddy does true greatness, absolute bullshit. that's a scale. It's just good. Joel
You
gives us
know,
2 stars out of 5.
do you know there's a Toxic Avenger movie coming?
No
With
way.
Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage playing Toxic Avenger, and it has a $200 million fucking budget.
Shut up. That's
It's
amazing.
it's like a huge
Toxic
budget.
Avenger should never cost $200 million. Like part of the
Lloyd
charm.
Kaufman must be the fucking. Is he still alive? He must be.
Lloyd
Part of the
Kaufman-
charm of
Lloyd
yeah.
Kaufman is producing it, but it's not
Oh,
not
shit.
necessarily a.
No,
it's-
but I'm
it's-
saying he's getting a nice chunk of change from that. He's just like, I
No,
can't
he is
believe
producing
I,
it.
I can't believe I'm getting this money for fucking.
He is involved, but if you know Trauma, Trauma is very like nasty splatter kind of shit. This
Yeah.
is gonna be like the big budget tribute to those kind of films.
Interesting.
You know, where somebody gets their head run over, but they're still like jiggling and stuff.
Like we got a little bit of that in this movie.
The first Toxic Avenger is probably it's a cult classic, and then the sequels are just really just nasty, just cheap. The first one was, but it's I don't know, it's strange. I watched it when I was a kid because of the Avengers Toxic Avengers cartoon, and my mother let me rent the Toxic Avenger because the cartoon was on TV, right? That's how my introduction to it, Toxic Crusaders. And lo and behold, she's like seeing like titties and stuff, and I'm like, she's like, What is this? I'm like, it's okay, Mom.
Oh geez. Is there
I was a big.
a
Trouble
post credits?
I don't think so. I never checked.
Based on characters created by Kevin Williamson.
My friend and I found the first one in
The
the
post-
I'm
Credit
glad I
scene
didn't
is-
see
is-
this
is-
movie in the theater.
Is Dewey in the morgue, and he's like, I'm alive.
I
No.
do like this like kind of punkish song at the end here. It's a nice little homage.
excuse me.
So that was our Friday the 13th spectacular. Will you guys make it show for a second? I'll
Toxic
be right
Avenger
back.
3, I think he goes to like Japan.
Ruben, give us your Friday the 13th roundup of best Friday the 13th films while I go get another drink.
They're all good except for part 9. Just don't watch part 9.
Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, I don't like that movie.
You think Jason Takes Manhattan is a good movie?
No, but I like it. It makes me laugh. So
I have a bit of trivia for you.
trivia.
If you know
Alright.
the Friday the 13th
Oh, boy.
movies as well as you say you do.
I don't think I know them that well.
What is the only Friday the 13th movie that features absolutely no nudity whatsoever?
No nudity whatsoever.
There's technically a sex
Well,
scene in
part
it,
6
but
doesn't have-
it's a fully clothed one. It's
Part
very
6
cheesy.
doesn't
It's
have
like a
nudity.
PG-13 sex scene
Part 6.
where like
Part-
she's on top of the dude, but it's not like she's riding him. It's like she's dancing on him.
Yeah,
it's
part
almost like
6,
something
that's part
you would-
6. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's part
Because
6
Part
is
7
the one
has
that has,
a
has
boob
no
shot.
nudity. Part 7 has nudity. Every single one has nudity except part 6.
Well, I never knew that. Funny enough, I
6
just
also is the beginning of like the really brutal super strength kills.
I mean, if I'm judging them as films, Part 6 is the best movie. It has the most technical stuff going on in terms of like mood and atmosphere and setting. It does a lot of work in that sense.
it what you said about like it's almost like the old monster
Yeah, it's almost like a
movies.
universal horror movie in a weird way.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's the only one that's like that because the rest of them are just crazy for the most part.
It's
But-
also really good too because you have that scene with the little kids
Yeah.
and the kids under the bed. He's like, well, he makes some remark. He's like, when I
wh-
grow up, I'm.
Yeah. Let's say it.
He's like, I want to live. I want to grow up or something. And yeah,
Yeah, I
but,
forget. He said that they cut back to it at one point and they reference it again where the kid's like, "Nope, we're not gonna make it" or something like that.
yeah.
It's a funny movie.
And then there's a
Um,
scary scene with the little girl, and she like closes her eyes and counts, and then Jason goes
Yeah.
away. He kind of just looks at her and just goes,
Jason
I'm
doesn't
like-
kill kids.
"I'm glad they didn't like take it that far."
Yeah, I mean Michael Myers was pretty far with the animals, the dogs, but
Yeah, he kills a dog in the second or third one. Second one.
Part 7's not a great movie.
none of the like famous serial killers have ever killed a child, right?
Well, it
Well,
kills Pennywise kills.
Oh yeah, fucking Pennywise. That's why we hate him. All right, I'll
But
be right back.
other than
Pennywise, Freddy
Pennywise,
Krueger killed
oh
children.
Krueger's. Mm,
Oh yeah, Krueger ended up the way he is because he like was awful. Like he had
Krueger
the
did
ice cream,
worse
the
things,
ice
didn't
cream
he?
shirt. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Didn't he do worse?
He was a molester. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, was he a
Yeah,
pedophile?
yeah, I think so. He
Oh
was
yeah,
the worst. You have to
Saturday the
remember that
14th.
Freddy.
The 1981 classic, Saturday the 14th. That's such a bad movie, but it's awesome. I love bad movies from the 80s. Um, Part 7 is fun because it's kind of like Jason versus an X-Men versus Jean Grey or something.
It's like Carrie.
Yeah, or
Jason versus
Carrie. Yeah,
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part 8 is terrible, but it's hilarious.
The 7th one was the first one I ever saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That came out in '87, but I like saw it on VHS in the early '90s.
Part 1 through 4, for the most part, are pretty solid. Part 5 is questionable. Some people like
I
it, some
consider
people
Part
don't.
4 the best one.
I mean, Part 4 is definitely the top 3 of the series, easily. Part 5, people is questionable. 6 and 7, then 8,
You know what's
9.
interesting about Part 5?
Mhm.
It's in some ways the most brutal, like in terms of visuals. Like when you see that, the mentally disabled guy who's harassing the crazy guy who's chopping wood, and then he like chops him up. You don't see the chopping, but you see the aftermath, and you see him in like pieces, like chopped up. And like that's probably the most brutal shot ever in any of those movies. And Part 5 has a gratuitous amount of nudity. I
Yeah.
mean, there's one scene where they just linger on this naked girl for like 5 fucking minutes, and she's just da 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 doing her hair, and just it's
Yeah,
like
Part 5
this
leaned
this
into
is
all the
more than
tropes.
it's very exploitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining, but there's also some of the like there's in terms of like the nudity mixed with the violence too. There's a girl who's bare chested, lying on her back. Her boobs are like big boobs, like on the and she gets, and that's like, so in terms of just how fucking violent and unforgiving those movies can be, 5 I think pushes it the furthest, and then 6 takes it back a bit, and it's like super brutal, but not in a uncomfortable way.
Yeah,
Have you
6
ever
does a lot of, like, he chops off one guy's head, but you won't see it. But if you're paying attention, he's clearly slicing to chop off the head, but then they cut, and you hear thunk, 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 like you hear the head fall, but you don't ever see it. They do
Did you
stuff like
know?
that.
Did you know some of Part 6 especially? It has the most quick cuts away from the violence than any other movie, and that's because they'd filmed much more. And Part 7 is like that too. Part 6 and 7 has so much deleted content that's fucking brutal. The previous ones do too, like Part 2 and 3 and stuff. All have these extended bloodletting scenes where like somebody's getting killed, but they linger on it a little too long or something like that. There's one in Part 7 where Jason takes a guy's head and crushes it, and it's very quick in the actual movie, but the deleted scene, it's very slow, and you see the blood like pouring out, and the insides of his skull squishing out, like coming out of his eyeballs, and it's fucking like really disturbing. And it's like, wow. And some of that footage, some of the actual negatives or some of the deleted scenes can never be restored or something like that. Like they can never do director's
They
cuts of
probably,
these
I
things.
mean, a lot of film degraded and stuff before they realized you had to protect
There's a scene in the second one where he impales 2 people through a bed, which is, I think, from an old Italian film called Bay of Blood, I think it's called. It's like a direct ripoff of a scene where a couple gets impaled in a bed. But the deleted scene, like, you see it go through, and you see another angle, like, of it under the bed and through them and through the top. Like a full view of, like, and he's like squished, he's moving it around like this. It's very fucking brutal, but they had to cut it. Bay of
It's
Blood
a
was
shame they
great.
can't restore it to put it on like some sort of, or do some sort of extended cut type
Have you
type of
seen The
thing.
Burning?
What was that?
The Burning, about the legend of Chopsy.
The
It's a
Burning. I don't think I've
1981
seen
movie starring Jason Alexander. One
that.
time on
No, I
After
don't think
Dark, I
so.
showed you the clip where they're all on a raft and they all get brutally murdered by a guy with chopping shears.
Oh, right, yeah, the gardening shears.
Yeah.
I Spit on Your Grave. The original was amazing. I never saw the remake.
Yeah, Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave were very brutal, hard movies to watch. I watched them
Last
when I was.
House on the Left was the remake, the one that has the extended cut with the rape scene that it goes on forever.
Oh yeah.
It was terrible. That movie and the remake of The Hills Have Eyes has a it's just like a
Well,
terrible like I can watch almost anything, dude. Like literally almost anything, but like rape
it's
scenes.
weird
Yeah,
because
you
if
can't
it-
watch
yeah,
Picard. You can't watch
No,
Picard.
I could unfortunately.
Oh
I could unfortunately, but
my!
that was 2 episodes of Strange New Worlds ago. That's the past.
Wow, look at
That's the
you.
past.
So you still like Stranger? I didn't have a chance to listen to
I mean,
your stream. Your stream
it's
with
good.
TJ
It
yet?
wasn't worse. It wasn't worse than episode 1. It wasn't like
Oh wow,
phenomenally better either, but it was.
this
You
is
know,
weird. This is a weird
I'll
feeling.
take this over Picard.
Dang.
Give me 20 episodes of this now.
Well, I'll give you a preview of my rating for this episode of Strange New Worlds that I'm gonna on Sunday. It's a 3.
12.
No, it's a 3. This was the worst episode of Star Trek I've
Yeah,
ever seen in my
right.
life. It's true.
Mr.
I can't believe
I
how
watched
lazy.
this episode to relax, or what was he said in the chat? I can watch this episode on repeat.
Let me tell you something. This writing was so derivative of like the original series. It's like I don't want to see a reboot of the original series. I want to see a strange new fucking worlds. I don't need Persephone 5 was already used in TNG. I don't want to be in the Persephone system again. Like, why are we in Persephone 3? I don't care about the Persephoneans. Is that how you
Wait,
would
what
say
the
it?
fuck is going on right now? Did I just enter some? Did
I am teasing. No, I loved it.
Thanos snap? Is there a Thanos snap? What's going on? You sold it though, man. You sold it. I give it to
It
you.
sounded real? Really?
I mean,
I did?
I'm really fucking stoned right
Oh,
now.
you're
so
stoned.
I'm like,
Okay.
yeah.
I could
I'm on
keep going.
Persephone 3.
I could keep going. I could keep doing all the critiques that I think other people. I'm anticipating the critiques now.
Well, the funny thing is, I have watched some videos of a broad range of opinions on Strange New Worlds just to see what's out there, and that is kind of things that people are saying sounded believable for a second.
Mirror Starfleet. I should do a Mirror Starfleet Boy. That would be amazing.
That would be funny.
you
maybe
like
Halloween.
Candy, so you should watch Kids in the Hall.
We're gonna watch. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow with my
Don't
my
put your finger on me. Get your finger out of my face.
'Cause my
Don't put
sister
your
and I
finger
used
on
to
me. Get your
watch
finger out
it.
of my face.
Well,
So I feel
just
like-
a heads up, there's like 60-year-old schlong in it for like prolonged periods of time. Well,
They're
there's one skit about. I'll just do the setup of the skit. The skit is these middle-aged bank robbers just robbed a bank, right? So the APB is out on them. They hear the cops coming, so they're like, "I've got an idea." They're looking for guys with their clothes on. If we're naked, we can fool them, type of thing, right? So they get naked, and the cops are like, "Get out of the car!" And they're full frontal, like these old, Dave Foley and the other dude. It's like, and the cops
Oh
are
my
like,
God.
the cops are like saying to each other, "It's like, well, the robbers were fully clothed. These guys are not." And they're like, "Okay, guys, jump up and down." And they're like, jump up and down, and everything's flopping around.
Oh shit!
And they're like,
Can we
okay,
watch this? Like,
okay, you can go now. And when
That's
they
hilarious.
when the car leaves, their clothes are on the ground, and the cops are like, "Oh, look!" And they like, it's really dumb. I can't, like, you gotta see it to appreciate it. But there's also a glory hole sketch. A sketch dedicated to glory holes,
Oh
and they
my
play
God.
They played a little Nas during that skit. It's like,
They
call me when
did.
you want. Call me when you need. The dude's looking through a glory hole. It's like, okay.
Oh yeah, that's funny. The kids, so they don't disappoint. They're still as edgy as ever, huh?
Well, the show back in the day, I watched it as a kid. I didn't understand a lot of it, but they did things you couldn't. I mean, a lot of stuff you couldn't do now. But in this new show, it's edgy in its own right, which is funny because they were in an interview and they said back in the day, it was conservatives always trying to shut us down, and now it's the other side that are like
Oh.
super sensitive about comedy, going.
Oh, that's
places in
trippy.
Comedy. And he's like,
You
"It's
know
kinda
what's
weird."
funny is in the history of the United States, the flipping of the parties has happened before. I think people like to remind everyone that Abe Lincoln, who's a very progressive president for many reasons, was Republican. So I feel like that's interesting to hear that. But who knows? We're in the middle of
wrestling. It's
We're all in the middle of it.
wrestling.
We're in the middle of it
I'll
right
say.
now.
It's all wrestling. You're paid to be the heel now for a while, guys.
There's also a scene where the guy delivers a baby and the baby comes out or whatever. That's a different joke in all in itself. But anyway, he tells the woman before, anything else I find in there is mine. And then after he delivers the baby, he's like, oh, a Casio watch. And the husband's like, that's my brother's watch. It's like, what the fuck?
If it is all wrestling, Ruben, I want it to be that oil wrestling that they do in the Mediterranean.
I mean, the least they could do is make it entertaining, right?
Wrestling where?
You know the oil wrestling? Have you ever seen? Can I show you pictures of oil? Are you going to be offended by men wrestling with oil on their bodies? It's
Well,
not new. There's no nudity. It's not just top, no shirts.
Well, where did this come
Wait,
up? Why
so
did this
it's
come up?
t-
It's like in Turkey or someplace. I forget where they
Wait,
do
but
it
what do
here.
you mean?
Oh, because Ruben says it's all wrestling. Like in my
Yeah, see,
yeah.
the Republican and the Democrat are the wrestlers in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ring.
So I
The
said if
referee
it
is
has
the
to
Supreme
be
Court. The
Yeah.
announcers are the media. The crowd is drunk on propaganda, and everybody's being paid by the promoter, which are the corporate oligarchs.
So
Thank
that's
you.
what I
You're
was trying to say.
welcome.
If it's wrestling, can it be oil wrestling? Watch this, PJ. I'm going to show you oil wrestling.
So I'll take it. Since it's all a farce anyway, make it
It's a Turkish.
an oily men farce.
PJ, this is a Turkish delight. Turkish people. Oh wow, I'm hearing myself. Oh, there we go. He's switching. PJ, this is a Turkish delight. It's a Turkish thing. The oil wrestling.
I'm not
So they-
interested, but
They use olive oil. No, I'm just gonna share. I'm just gonna share. Look, here. Let me find a good one that we could. That's safe to put on the screen. All right, here we go. I found one. All right, this is a safe one. Oh shit. All right, hold on. Right click. Copy image address. Paste. All right, now I can share this. All right, cool. Here's oil wrestling. The safe for work version. Even though we're on the After Dark program. All right, here we go. All right, this is it. This is oil wrestling. Can I show a slightly different version?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I've seen this.
Yeah, it's
before.
like the Turkish oil wrestling.
yeah.
Like if we're gonna wrestle here, there's another one here. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
does one
Oil
try to
wrestle.
mount the other?
It's all bullshit anyway. So just might as well just have 'em wrestling in Congress. you
Here,
know?
let me see.
Clear out
Here's the.
seats.
This is the same oil because you have to get a grip on people, you know. So there's like you have to grip them in weird ways. I don't know. I think this one might be too much. PJ, tell me, Ruben and PJ, tell me if this is too much to show.
It's too much.
Is this too much? This is too.
Why?
Is this? Is this? He's trying to.
He's trying to fist him.
No, he's trying to grab him to
The
flip him
guy
or
on the
something.
bottom
Right?
looks like he's like, did I leave the stove on?
Joel says husband wrestling. Yes, my husband and I wrestle like this. It's true. When I have a husband, we will be wrestling like this. Can I show one
These
more?
guys
Can I
show
go
us that
further?
It's for the exercise.
I mean, that's how me and
it's just
Starfleet
for
Boy met.
exercise purposes and sports purposes.
We met in Turkey on the wrestling.
Oh, here's a
fields.
good one. Wait, here's a good one. Hold on.
Remember that Starfleet Boy? That's how we met.
On the Turkish fields,
On
right?
the Turkish wrestling fields.
Oh, here's a really good one. This one's. That's
And
how we met.
I'll admit he won the first time and got his.
This is our
down
match.
pants.
This is me and Ruben back in the day, actually.
Yeah.
This is the
Is this a fetish thing? What's going on?
no, it's like real wrestling, and these are real
It's
wrestling
like some
moves, by the way. If
traditional
you,
thing, I think. I don't-
but also if
Especially
you
with
watch
the-
like the wrestling, like the sports wrestling, like they grab you. It's just that it's I don't know. It's just with the oil, it's different. The oil adds a a
Is it
certain
oil of Olay?
panache. It's olive oil, if I'm not mistaken.
God.
It's it's like here's a okay wait why don't there's a lot
It's
of these
like-
shots.
It's like the tourists are like, what's with all the olive oil trucks? Well, it's the olive oil wrestling festival.
These must be popular because all of these have watermarks on them. But look at this. This is this. Did I go too far? Is this too much?
I mean, I'm telling you, man, aliens
there's
are
no
watching
nudity,
us
but I
from
mean-
stealth. Like Romulans are in cloak watching us. Just like, wow, these people are fucking fascinating.
I mean, look at those outfits though. They're pretty cool, right? But imagine all that's covered. We should try this. The next time we're all together, we should try an oil wrestling. Can you imagine
Starfleet
like
Boy, oil wrestling charity
oil
event.
wrestling? Yeah, a charity event. That's the way to do it. That's exactly how to do it. Thank you, Ruben. That's genius. Oil wrestling charity event. Oh my gosh. And we could just all like oil wrestle. Who would win? I feel like Fathery would defeat
I'd
us
let
all.
myself lose, if you know what I mean.
Wow. All right, so that's now you know what oil wrestling is, PJ. Are you satisfied? Do you feel like
I think I was aware that it existed. I just didn't care to.
PJ's Googling the thing from Men in Black that erases memory. Is it real? Can I get one?
do you want to see the oil being put on the wrestlers?
seen
Because
mud
that's
wrestling.
interesting too. That's
Yeah, it's kind of like some weird variation of mud wrestling. Like, why do people mud wrestle?
oh yeah. What is mud wrestling about? Is it like
I mean,
the
I
same
guess
thing?
mud makes sense though. Like it rains, there's mud.
This is my I get one. I gotta show one more thing. It's
You
the
know what I
oil
was
being.
thinking during Strange New Worlds?
What?
When it starts raining, this population of people that have evolved for thousands of years with like very little rain, and all of a sudden it's like they just start melting
Why-
basically because it's too much rain.
No, come on. They're not made of sugar. They wouldn't melt. What the fuck is that?
They're not made of sugar.
Yeah, like why the fuck would they melt from rain?
They're just-
What was the name of the bee? By the way, this is the oil being put on, which I think is very interesting as well. All right, sorry,
I
that's
would
it.
never do that in a million years. That just looking at it makes me feel gross.
No, it feels like it would be hard to get off.
Hey, do you guys mind if we read some of Michael's? Since he's here in the chat, do you mind if we read some of Michael Strathmore's comments on my YouTube videos and answer him as a group? Would you guys be down?
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
sure.
All right,
I've read
Michael,
some
I'm
of his
gonna
stuff.
I'm gonna pull up your.
I was
YouTube
actually
videos.
cracking up because I was going like watching random videos and I kept seeing his comments and I was like, hey, it's that guy again.
All right, Michael, we're gonna go and address your. First, we're gonna go for
Is this
Picard.
for
We're gonna
Picard, about
get.
Picard?
Yeah, this is the
Michael,
79.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I probably agree with 98% of what he's gonna
Wow. Wow. All right, let's go to Picard
say. I'm
first.
just
All right,
going
here we go.
ballpark.
Michael, real quick, are you cool if I read your comments on? I mean, you put them out there. Are you cool with if we read your comments and answer your questions? Let us know. Jens, don't let me get in the way of your oily man. No, but I really want to read these. Some of these are very interesting. Let's wait for Michael.
We need pictures of men putting a dry chalk.
Oh,
powder
yes, we do.
on each other.
Oh,
The opposite.
Michael has agreed. All right,
Dry wrestling.
gentlemen, take yourselves
Lots
back
of
to
friction.
to Star Trek Picard. Farewell. Can you do that? Can we go back to Star Trek Picard? Farewell for a second here. Ruben, are you there? Are you in the farewell
characters in
mindset?
Trek are always reliving their trauma. Why
What
not
are
us?
we doing? It's fine.
Why not
Farewell.
us? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna go back in your mindset to farewell. We're gonna answer questions. The following is my real-time question and comments as I watch Star Trek Picard season 2 episode 10. I only watch each episode once. My hope is that this will spark substantive reflection on this channel and others amongst fans. Read if you like, don't if you don't. Thanks in advance for your time. Spoilers. Number 1, just sitting through the 2-minute recap alone was enough to give me a headache. Seeing just how many uninteresting plot points this show concocted all in one montage really hammers home how unsuccessful this story has been. I disagree. I'm not going to go into it. You've seen my commentary. Do you guys have any comments on that?
No, yeah. I mean, I think if you like the show, you like it. If you don't,
Yeah, if you don't, you don't.
you'll kind of vibe with that because.
Let's see. Point number 2. Oh, but I will just say I can't really address that point personally because it gave you such a bad reaction, like a headache. So I don't know
Like
what I
especially
could.
by episode 10, there's like a million things going on.
I
None
was
of them
like
really
that.
make sense.
Michael,
Does that
I was
matter
having
to you?
orgasms like just watching the recaps. So I'm in a different. I'm the
I would
opposite.
skip
I'm
the
like
recaps.
Bizarro. You. Yeah. No, I love the recaps. They're great. They
And I would
remind you
skip
what's
the opening
important.
credits.
They remind you what's
It's like,
important
oh,
of the
remembering
episode.
last week. Oh yeah.
Number 2, Rios asked Picard, do you think that means we're on the path to the right future? Wouldn't that be a change for you, Mr. Butterfly Man? What with your ridiculous love story, personalized starship tours, homeland security record, and butterfly effect causing ICE detainees that you released?
Well, yeah, that's the interesting
That
thing. These
all
are
happened.
real-time reactions and
Oh, that's
only
true.
one-time viewing. Because I actually watched
Oh, okay.
every episode of Picard at least twice. Except
Michael,
for...
go on your comments and tell me which numbers to like address because I'm looking for the questions. Oh, here I found one with a question mark. Okay,
I
here
didn't
we
watch
go.
episode 2 through 5 twice, but I watched 6 through 10 twice and 1 twice.
Michael says Talon reveals that the Europa mission breaks quarantine on launch day. Can anyone on planet Earth explain to me what this would make a lick of sense? Why this
I
would
don't
make a
know
lick
why
of sense?
Talon
Anyone?
didn't just take
Anyone?
over.
Bueller?
Didn't just whatever mind control, whatever that power she did that one time.
Oh, for soon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a good
and
point.
walk him off a pier. Keep him at a Starbucks for a few hours.
I think that my headcanon for this would be that because I think he's asking like why would they break quarantine on launch day? Like why would they meet with the public and make themselves susceptible because they're on like a months
Well,
long
you can't
journey.
logically like the whole part of Talon and Picard, this 90-year-old man roaming around a NASA facility the day of a launch. Nobody talks to him. Nobody stops. Like you can't question that logic in the show because the show doesn't care about that, for better or worse. Like whether you like it or not, right? Like I'm not judging whether that's good or bad. It's just is what it is, right? The show doesn't really care about those details per se, and so you can't start questioning those details because
It doesn't. It's a season that, in particular, doesn't obey the rules it establishes and constantly reminds us of, and then completely, it's like you can't. It's like you check. I've checked out, like in terms of how believable the story is. I'm just waiting for something interesting to happen, and then like Q hugs Picard, and I get the feels. I'm like, okay, that's something. But it's like it's like in the end, none of the changes in the timeline mattered because Guinan says at the end, it's like, oh, it was all meant to be, and I had the picture of Rios there the whole time, and I knew everything the whole time. It's like, okay, but you didn't remember Time Zero and that stuff. Oh yeah, because the creator said that it was a different timeline, but that happened in the 1800s. So I don't. The logic of the time travel, which is always convoluted and tricky and everything, and usually doesn't make any sense, is like super fucking weird in this, where it's just like predestination paradox mixed with alternate timeline mixed with you can basically fucking do anything and it doesn't matter anyway because everything was meant to be. It's like, which is it? Doesn't matter. Sorry, that was my Picard 2 rant.
That's great.
my
That's funny. My answer to this question is that like I think I remember something in one of the episodes where they said that like the point that they were at like both they were in like a flux type of thing. I don't know how they said it. They said that's what it made me think of, anyways.
It's
But
all
like
over the
so.
place.
So, anyways, I feel like it makes sense from the perspective of like this has created a new branch is basically what they've like when they go back into the future. I imagine that like both Borgs exist. Like it's this whole thing that Star Trek Discovery started a while ago, and it's an interesting concept. It's the whole two truths can exist at once
I
type
know,
of
but
thing.
audiences are more sophisticated. So like when you have the concept of the same actors playing either seemingly ancestors of people or with with Soong, which is a kind of a joke now in Trek. That's stuff they did in Back to the Future that was very tongue in cheek, and they seem to have looked at that kind of rule and said, "Well, audiences accept that ancestors, or we can have these actors play ancestors of themselves." And there's another part where Picard, after the firefight, Picard's like, "Oh yes, I remember now. In the 21st century, there was a firefight here, so it means we're on the right track." I'm like, okay, whatever.
All right.
Just have your fun, Picard. But
Now that
season three-
Ruben,
season three is gonna
yeah,
make up for it. Don't worry.
you really think so? You're certain that you're gonna love season 3?
Well, I look at it this way: Terry Matalas
Or just you have a lot of faith
had
in
a
season
heavy
3?
hand in the first 3 episodes, right? They're the ones that I liked in Picard season 2, and then it fell off like I couldn't believe. I didn't even expect how bad it would turn out, and it turns out that he had to kind of go away and leave it to Akiva. And I'm not saying anything about Akiva. I'm just saying they needed Terry Matalas, and if Terry Matalas, assuming that he is the talent that everybody says he is, and the competent person, and all the stuff he puts on social media, it seems like season 3 is really the baby of the series. It's like this is the one like they're really committed to. Season 2 is like some weird half-assed kind of, we're gonna mix First Contact with Star Trek 4 and they just drag it out to where like by the end it's like a lot of people. I mean, people enjoy it.
But season 3 has the potential to make for people who dislike season 1 and 2. It has the potential through like certain like choices to make season 2 and season 1 better for everyone. Might happen. Who knows? They might explain some. There might be some things.
How are they going to screw up Picard and Beverly? Man, they can't. And Worf is going to be there. And someone, I think, Geek and Review, and other people have speculated too. What if Brent Spiner's role in season 3 is not Alton Soon again? Maybe they completely drop that Soon thing altogether, and that the actual villain of season 3 is Lore.
Yeah, we've been saying that since season 1.
And the technology to make him
is,
look better than they did with Data in the first season is there.
It's definitely there. Yeah, it's true. Michael wants us to read question number 9, which is Picard seems quite genuinely surprised that T'Lyn can transport in to a location as if he doesn't know how a transporter works. Perhaps he suddenly realized that he should have got T'Lyn to them to transport in. Yo, I'm probably too drunk to read this. Hold on. The Starship last episode. Maybe right next to the armory. Maybe that way you might have seemed, I don't know, competent. I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you guys know what scene Michael is talking about? Is it the one where he hops on the transporter at the last minute or something like that?
Imagine if he was only like half in when it fully transported away.
Oh yeah, where he
like
jumps.
half of him gets transported away, and
Is
the
that
other
the scene,
half
Michael?
falls right there dead.
It is where he forces himself to go with Talon to the NASA or whatever. He jumps.
I didn't notice.
He
I'll have to
jumps
go
in the
back and
little
watch.
Cloud. Talon's about to leave, and she doesn't. Picard.
Yeah,
she
he
doesn't
like
want
steps
Picard to
into a
come with her,
transporter.
and he steps in while she's transporting away in the puffy cloud thing, and she's like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" And he's like,
Well, I'm going to be
Star Trek
rewatching.
4, and I saw the girl do that with Kirk at the end, and I figured it would work.
I'm going to be rewatching Picard season 2 soon to do the
Imagine if Kirk
season
and Jillian had a Tuvix moment.
Then they could be called Killian.
Kill me.
Instead of Kirk and Gillian would be Killian, right? Kirk
Yeah.
and Killian. Question number 10. Let's see if I can understand this one a little bit better. Sorry if I'm disappointing you here, Michael, but I'm trying my best. You keep calling Talon not Laris, and so I'm trying to be respectful to the character and calling them Talon. But just so everyone knows, he keeps saying not Laris. What the fuck? Anyways, Talon tells Picard that she's gonna watch out for Renee because that's what she does. Except that's precisely what she hasn't done for most of the season. So dot dot dot. No man, you're
Wait,
wrong
read
on
that
that
one
one.
again. Read that one
Okay,
again.
hold on. Sorry. This is number 12. Question number 12. Talon puffs herself on Picard. Oh wait, this is a different one. Sorry, which one? 11. Oh, Picard does no. Where are we? Number 10. Okay, here we get number 10. Talin tells Picard that she's going to watch out for Renee because that's what she does. Except that's precisely what she hasn't done for most of this season.
Oh yeah.
So, no, I disagree.
She's
I
terrible at her
like,
job. She's
no,
terrible.
she's not terrible. She like
If
got
she
her
didn't
to
die, she would have been fired.
No, she's not terrible at her job. This one I firmly disagree on.
And the
I
watcher
disagree.
and the watchers would have fired her and clipped one of her ears.
Would it have been Wesley? Would Wesley have been the one to do
Wesley
it?
would have done it.
Do you think he's that like? Do you
Picard
think he's
season
like?
3, it's gonna happen. Wesley's gonna be the villain.
Well,
Oh.
his wife took any criticism about his appearance in Picard season 2 quite personally. Called out toxic fans and stuff. Will Wheaton-
I think it's true in a way because people are tagging her in these things. Like this happens
Oh,
to
yeah.
Anne Wheaton a lot. Like it's fine to express your feelings about Star Trek, but people like at her and say, "Could you tell Will Wheaton this bullshit and that bullshit?" And that's what she's really calling out, and that is toxic. Yeah, and no, but you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
I
that's
just like how you
like
put it.
it's like yeah, it's like don't bother Will Wheaton's fucking wife who gives no shits about this. Like what's wrong with you? Like that is toxic fandom in my opinion.
Yeah,
Will
why are you
Wheaton,
tagging his wife? Why would she
Yeah.
do anything?
With anything, it's crazy.
Do you see this guy on the Ready Room? God bless him. He has an enthusiasm that sometimes is like a little overkill. And I'll give you an example. He was interviewing Celia R. Gooding, right? It's just a little funny moment. I think maybe I'm reading too much into
It's
it.
called Six Figures.
But you
and
know
an
where he's
Easy
super
Job.
enthusiastic. You know, Will Wheaton with I don't know if you've seen the Ready Room, Ruben, but
No, I
Starfleet
don't
Boy
know.
has.
A lot of people give a critique that I've seen online where they say that his like enthusiasm seems insincere, and
Yeah,
I actually
funny
understand.
part. That's
I actually
funny.
understand that because I've had to learn how to like. I used to be accused of that a lot when I was younger. I don't know if you remember, Ruben, right? Like, well, actually, still now I give tens to everything, right? You guys still have that opinion of me,
But
so I kind of
see,
relate. I kind of relate to Will Wheaton on
the
that
problem with that is that when everything is amazing, then nothing is special. That's the problem. But here's an example. It's a funny thing. I'm not dissing him. He's a good host. I used to watch the show he did before Ready Room that was like on E Entertainment, where he did like a talk soup kind of thing. That was a pretty good show. It got canceled. It was like a Tosh.0 version, his version of that. But he was interviewing Celia R. Gooding, right? And Celia R. Gooding is telling the story of she was going to the fitting for her costume when she got the news that she was actually playing Uhura. And then Will Wheaton's like, "Oh my God, you got the news that you were Uhura on the way to the fitting?" And then Celia R. Gooding's like, "Yeah." Like it was just a reaction. Like she wasn't being rude or anything. She was just like, "Yeah, it's not that big a deal." Like it's like his reaction was like, like
I gotta go
whoa.
watch that again. I didn't notice that.
He's like,
I guess I'm
"You
used to
mean
his.
to tell me?" Oh my
This-
God! Like I like him. Don't get me wrong. He's good, but sometimes I gotta laugh at like, just like, wow, you're really reacting to the fact that she got the news on the way to the fitting more than she ever did. But okay.
I think for me, it's hard to see Will Wheaton like in that way. I don't really pay attention to that because it's just like I really like
He, he
enjoy him as a person. So
he plays such a prick in The Big Bang Theory. Like, if you only ever knew him from that show, you would think he was an
you would think he's
unpleasant person.
awful. That's
But everything
funny.
else, he's just like super, super nice and enthusiastic. and
Well,
stuff.
I also appreciate that like he is genuinely fighting fascism, and like he puts
What?
himself out there. Yeah, yeah.
Fighting fat?
Like
What are you talking about?
like he's an activist against fascism. It's great. Like he's always talking about like Will Wheaton. If you follow him on
You have to be an
Instagram.
activist to be against. Okay, what is he like? Anti-fascist league or something?
No, like fascists are like there's a real danger that like I mean it might already be too late. I don't know. But
But he made a dance called the Goose Step.
Oh, you mean he's just like a person who recognizes that it's out there and he's like, that sucks. Like he's very vocal about it.
he's very like yeah, he tries to expose it. I think he's doing good work. And he's a
I
D&D
didn't know
person.
that
I like
about
that
that.
too. Yeah. You got to fight the fascists, especially fascist institutions that uh give you like nice things like Twitter.
I'm gonna look
I
up
don't
the
know.
definition of that word and I'll get back to you.
Go look up fascist.
I've heard the word. I just really haven't never looked.
You
it
really
up.
don't know. The
Or been-
fascism
or-
is a political movement, and a form of it's an oppressive form of.
I thought it was like when you dressed really bad.
Come on, PJ, you're just pulling my
I'm
chain
joking.
here. But anyways,
Well, I'm glad he's
Well, fascist and
fighting out there,
fascista are
fighting
very-
the fascism.
Fashionista are very
no, that's a
close.
different. I'm a fashionista.
They're very
That's
close.
different. Yeah,
It's not.
fashionistas
It's
are.
not that. It's
It's
not
true.
it's not that common society can recognize that it's not a good thing and just be against it as a whole. But we need people out there exposing the fascists and fighting them. Is it like okay?
You're absolutely right that I,
I
wish
don't, I
it
don't
were
go
like
in
that,
those
but
areas of the internet, so I don't explore that. That's why I made
no,
it into the
it's
facts.
it's very scary. I feel like in
Will
many
Wheaton's
ways.
out there like looking on the dark web. He's like, I'm gonna
Yes.
find these fuckers.
No, they're here. We have a political party that seems to operate on the fascist playbook, and they seem to have infiltrated both. Like there seems to be they were originally called like the Tea Party, and now they've merged. A lot of they've kind of like assumed the identity of the Republic. It's too complicated. I'm not gonna go on with this
Well,
right now, but yeah,
American
it's like
politics are very
Oh, this is,
strange.
yeah, it is very strange. And this is not the. I don't know how we got on fascist. But
It's funny that we live in a world of like just one side or the other, and then like depending on the decade, you wouldn't know the difference. You know what I mean? Like you would think.
yeah, well, this will become
Like
dated.
it's
and
weird
that's
how
true.
like the flipping happens and stuff. Like where
Well,
I don't
mean,
understand.
I
this
think that like
Florida issue too because like really fucked up, and I have no business talking
It-
about it because
it-
one, I'm
it-
not
it-
American, but
it boils down to this, PJ. Basically, like any kind of system that is in favor of like I'm not a libertarian, but I guess like in this sense, I would say that like the civil liberties of all humans is very important. And when you see those things being like removed, such as like women not having the right to choose what to do with their bodies, such as have abortions and things like that, that's when it gets kind of scary. And that's the kind of thing I think Will Wheaton's like trying to highlight and expose to show that like, yeah, this is a path to an oppressive. If you let these liberties go, what's next? And so that's I think the constant fight. So it's like about having
Well-
liberties versus not having liberties.
wanna
is what it-
say-
well, just watch. You're gonna have the Ministry of Truth next, and then thought policing, and
Well, we
then
already have now the what is it, the governance, the Board of Disinformation or something that we just started.
were
here
you
in the
watching
United
Bill
States?
Maher earlier?
Huh?
Yeah, the Board of Disinformation that
Yeah, we
talks
just-
about,
we
like-
did a few months ago we started that.
That's why I think it should be handed over to the robots. The robots are the only ones I trust. I'm
So,
serious.
Michael,
I don't
want
trust
to ask
humans
you
anymore.
now. One of your points led to this conversation. Are you happy? Are you happy?
Yeah, let's go to the next
This is what
point.
you
All right,
wanted.
this is number 12. Ready? This is question number 12. Talin, whenever I say Talin, realize I'm changing not Laris to
I
Talin.
like how
Okay.
you stress it. I hear it.
Yeah. Talin puffs herself and Michael, next time can you just make it easy on me and write it proper? Don't be like lazy. Don't be a lazy writer, Michael. Don't write not Laris. Just write Talin. Even though it's more words than Talin, so it's not lazy on a technical level. just don't say it. Just help
Just
me
the
out here.
concept of not Laris or Talin, as she's called,
Yeah.
is such a confusing character in itself. It's like,
Wait, let me read the
okay.
question. Okay, so not Laris puffs herself and Picard to an exposed area in what must be a restricted site as opposed to directly where they need to go. I think there definitely was an opportunity to have like more techno babble in Picard. I think that they do like kind of glance over a lot of things like that. So I can't disagree with your argument. It just doesn't break me out of the spirit of the show because I like know enough about that shit to make it up on my own. So I do agree though, if you're not like necessarily well versed on like Star Trek technology, it's harder to make up shit that makes sense for those things. Did that answer the question? What do you
I don't
guys
know what you
I'm
think?
kind
said,
of
but you
tapped
touched
out
my
on
heart.
Picard.
Wait,
I've
can we
said
do a few
I,
more questions? A few
I've
more
spoken
questions.
for hours and hours about it.
Yeah, it's true. You have. We'll do strange. He left comments on Strange New Worlds. Should we just skip to the Strange New Worlds
Strange
comments?
New
Everyone's more interested in
Worlds.
strange. Everyone's more interested in your Strange New World stuff. I'm gonna go
Everybody,
skip to that.
everybody wants to get some strange.
Oh, I haven't seen the strange. I haven't looked. Seen the Strange New World stuff.
The introduction to this volley of questions is hello. Here are again a shiny Star Trek show for us all to hopefully enjoy and chat about called Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Like many of you, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Unlike many of you, I have no life and instead I spend the day documenting my real-time reactions as I watch each episode. LOL. Then I litter quality channels like this one with my. This is really funny, actually. This is clever writing. With my silly thoughts. This is less lazy than your Picard writing. By the way, Michael, just FYI, like this is a little bit more enthusiastic. So then I litter quality channels like this one with my silly thoughts on the show. Seriously though, Starfleet Boy and crew all do some great work. Thank you. We try. So support. Not only are we entertained, but he invites us to engage. So I'm here for it, and you should be too. My hope is that we can all reflect on these iterations of Star Trek and engage with one another in a more substantive way. We all have unique voices and perspectives, and I guess these novel length rants represent mine. LOL. That said, a couple of rules to keep in mind. Oh wow, we have rules for your rants? Okay, watch, like, subscribe. Oh yes, audience. Especially to Starfleet Boy Actual. Watch, like, subscribe, and ding-a-ling this video first, unless they ask otherwise. Again, content creators bust their butts for our entertainment. Let's support them. I will admit that Starfleet Boy is the laziest of the YouTube channels because we don't do any preparation. It's just a casual and informal conversation. There's like literally no preparation done for Starfleet Boy. So
Wow,
we're
you speak
not.
for yourself.
No, you prepare. That's true. For the you do
hours.
for the TOS. It's true. You do a good job.
Yeah, TOS. I prepare for minutes.
B. My reactions are meant to be tongue in cheek. Oh, thanks for letting us know about the tone. I'll read them differently now. So let's have a chuckle or two. Okay, cool. C. I may not like something you like. You may like something I may not like. Just
Do you
know
want
that I'm
somebody else to
always
read
right.
these?
Yes. There's like a lot of. Are you on this? Are you on the chat? Are
I'm
you on
looking at
this?
the comments. Yeah.
Okay, so do number D. I'm on D.
Because this is a real-time reaction, it's possible that I've overlooked something or that a question I might eventually get answered before the credits roll.
No, we can't
Or
skip
that
the
I have
rules,
a question
Michael.
that might... Okay. E, feel free to read it. Feel free not to read it. All good either way.
That's
F,
nice.
YouTube algorithms sometimes delete my comments. Apparently, I
Ah.
smell like spam or something. So if you think a comment is missing, feel free to let me know. Are you still reading this? Okay, then, without further ado, let's
We are
wait
still
for it.
reading.
Hit it. Nope, definitely not cool enough to say that.
All right, Michael. So you left us how many on Strange New Worlds? Dang, you're like thorough. Hold on. There's 25. Part 2. I like that you number them. You made it to 76 comments. Okay, we're not reading all 76 of your comments. Uh, not on the air, anyways. Give us the top 3, Michael, and we'll go to those. But in the meantime, I am dying to talk about Strange New Worlds on Sunday. I do a presentation with like very like start. We do also. PJ, thanks for coming by the way to the Spaces. Do you think that's a cool format? I like Spaces.
Yeah, I like listening to it while I'm doing stuff.
Nice. You should do it while you should listen to us while you're folding laundry, like Sean watches Star Trek. He got so mad at me. I think he got mad at me because he does. I revealed a secret of his. I don't think I was supposed to tell people that he watches Star Trek while folding laundry. What do you guys do while watching Star Trek?
Masturbate.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I usually sit and watch the screen until it's
You're
over.
likely to remember it better if you do that, Ruben. Just saying, you're like imprinting an orgasm, associating it with like
I mean,
Star
as
Trek
a
Picard.
healthy heterosexual male, Stranger Worlds gives me plenty of options.
Are you
And
heterosexual and healthy?
my
I'm
30%
just kidding.
gayness gives me some options on that.
That's
side
not
too.
heterosexual. 30%. You're like bisexual. 30% is a lot of gayness.
It's a lot
I
of
feel like to be a heterosexual, you can't pass the 10%. There's a 10% limit.
Okay, all right. I'm like 9.9.
Okay, fine. Uh, Michael's gonna
I
look
was
for.
watching NYPD Blue, and Detective Sipowicz got in the shower, and you could see his ass. And I was like,
I remember that.
I was
scene.
like, that's a
Got
good
a
ass
raging
there.
boner.
No, not really. Toddy has so much laundry, darn kids. Toddy has mentioned the laundry thing in his channel.
Oh, good. It was already a public. Maybe he's not mad at me. He's just busy. That's why he hasn't answered my DMs.
Why you up in my DMs?
How'd you do the echo just now?
Me?
Yeah, did it just echo? Like, did you just like go like? I don't know what I was imagining. I might be really drunk.
What?
Starfleet Boy might be a little too drunk. All right, so Michael has not given us a question, so I'm going to choose one at random from his Strange New Worlds. All right, here we go. Random Strange New Worlds question.
Pick one.
All right, let's see here. Dang. Okay, 51. Let's see. Let's see if there's a question. Oh, 37. Okay, cool. Thanks for. All right, here we go. 37. All right. All right, guys. PJ, do you have 37 up? Do you want to read it?
37? Oh.
Yeah. I can read it. I already have it up.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Boy, here's an echo, an echo, an echo.
Okay, so look. Okay, so look. Trying to play chemistry as a Vulcan is difficult, but even with that being said, Ethan Peck isn't helping himself much. I know it's early, and perhaps he's still finding the role, but I find it a bit of an indictment that this actress is evoking more gravitas than he is, despite the fact that she's been on screen for 10 seconds and he's been playing Spock for several episodes at this point. Which actress? T'Pring. Okay, T'Pring. That's who's referring to. I'm really fond of Ethan Peck's performance. I will say that like I don't really see him. Leonard Nimoy was so unique that I have never seen another Spock be quite the like. I feel like both Zachary Quinto and Ethan Peck had no choice but to just play their own versions because I feel like Leonard Nimoy is just very difficult.
Even like what's his face? Tuvok. Like it's admittedly a hard kind of character to play. I always think of that Voyager episode. I don't know if you've seen it yet, where they Balana crashes on a planet that they're very into theater, and then this playwright can't figure out his next big play, like the Shakespeare or whatever, and Balana basically starts telling him the story of Voyager in order to get something from him. I forget what it was, and so they do this whole play about Voyager. I forgot what my point was, but that was a great
Well, I
episode.
remember my point, which is
That was a great
which,
episode.
which is that I think that like Ethan Peck's performance for me, both Ethan and
Oh, now I
Zachary
remember.
Quinto's. Oh, go, finish your point.
So
Then.
there's an actor in that play who can't figure out how to play a Vulcan. He starts
Uh,
crying during a scene, and then the director's like, "No, you can't cry. Vulcans don't cry. Like you have to hold it in, no emotion."
Vulcans
And then
don't
he's like, "How do
cry.
I not show emotion but show emotion at the same time?" Like they're getting to this argument of like how to play that kind of role, and
Mm,
it's like admittedly a hard kind of thing to do because you gotta balance out a lot of things because like that my one nitpick is kind of the show, and I don't, it's a very small nitpick because I'm very happy with the show so far, so it's not I'm not holding it against it, but like I kind of feel what Michael's talking about here where Spock is a little bit off still to me, because Zachary Quinto, I got into him quick even though they had these weird outbursts with him, emotional outbursts that I wasn't into. He was playing the non-emotional Spock very well, I think, for the most part.
mm.
But he
Except
got
for
to,
when he screams into darkness and then goes
he
down
got
to
to
the
speak to the
planet.
man himself too.
Well, yeah, he did have a yeah. You have to give him. Yeah, it's a good point. Good
So,
point.
so yeah,
I will just say that like for me, I've just like I like Ethan Peck's performance because I feel like I think that the actual the ages don't make sense because of like Vulcan's like longevity and stuff like that. But like this does seem like a early 30s or like maybe like a sorry like a mid 20s Spock to me. You know what I mean? Like what I imagine a mid 20s Spock being like. And I think that I just think like I like some of the like especially the scene with Uhura in this last episode, like both scenes, the one where he was a dick and then the second one where he like made up for it. That's a very Spock character thing, not necessarily a Leonard Nimoy thing, but something that I like to see Spock do, which is that's the thing. It's like to me Leonard Nimoy was so unique in his performance that it's hard for anyone else to like, but there are Spock tropes that I look for, and Ethan seems to be hitting those Spock tropes in his own style. And I think he is making an effort to do a deeper voice, even like I don't know
No,
something
but
I
like
mean,
that.
I will say
that's
that
I think
like
he's using his natural speaking voice. The thing I
Mm.
think that he's doing right in regards to like
Spock.
making it Spock is that he actually studied Leonard Nimoy's inflections and like his tone and delivery is similar. It can't be exact and it can't live up to the classic original or whatever. He does a fine job. And this comment, they write Spock in episode 2 as if he is Data. It's such a misfire. I kind of understand that, but at the same time, Data is kind of like the Spock of the next generation. There's a cold logic to him where he doesn't have. He's like also a character that does not have emotion. The only difference is Spock does have it, and he comes out from time to time. TOS found plenty of excuses, like his father pointed out in his review, for Spock to show anger or laugh. They always tried to give him that excuse to bring out his human side. And with this, I know they're in Strange New Worlds, and with Discovery, they tried to bridge the gap between the technically non-canonical emotional Spock, which Leonard Nimoy didn't really get into the role properly for a few episodes, even after The Cage. He's not a fully formed Spock. It's just that the actor didn't find the rhythm yet. So canonically, they're trying to explain that, which I don't think is necessary at all. So they will in Strange New Worlds. They'll have me that cold, logical, almost like a Data, like almost like a robot, like cold logic. Don't even get the joke when she says like, "Oh, your girlfriend." He's like, "She's not my girlfriend," which a normal person would say anyway. But it's like he's not. And there's a weird I get the Data thing in the dinner scene at the beginning.
I will say to me that
where he doesn't understand simple social things that he probably should by now. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to make an excuse to have him like do the cold logic questioning thing, which I don't really mind. I mean, I think the show is gonna find like this whole season to really get into like the natural rhythm of the characters. I know, for example, there's an episode where Lan is gonna be like people are really gonna like her. It's like a comedic episode that's coming up. I believe it's episode 4.
I think a lot of
And
people's impression of Spock is the more of the film version of Spock, the rebooted Spock, if you will. Um, especially especially
yeah,
his last impressions are post Genesis Planet. So Spock went through a couple of transformations, but even in TOS, what I've noticed from our rewatches is that he might not be emotional, like in the sense of he doesn't really show laughter except for on a few occasions because he is half human.
Right,
But
and
one
that's my
thing
point.
but one thing he does do, Spock does do a lot, is he's hella sassy in TOS, and that's kind of an emotion.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like,
he's sassy
sarcasm.
in his own kind of
He's
like Tuvok,
sarcastic. He's sassy. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think Tuvok plays him
do you not think this
from.
is the appropriate time for jokes?
You know,
That kind
they
of thing in
have their
this.
Yeah, yeah,
sassiness in a certain way if they're written correctly and written and acted right, or I mean, again, this is
And
episode 2, so it's.
but
But I
he
will
also
say that like that's
yeah.
that's my point, that like the Spock in TOS, when he laughs, it's such a great moment because it's earned. He's been this consistent character the whole time, whereas this Spock, it's like he's already laughing, he's already kidding, he's already joking. He's actually
I think
more
it.
jokey than serious.
I think
I
it's
think it just
reserved enough.
depends
I
on.
think they play it just
Yeah.
right.
Also, I think it depends on your perspective because to me it's like kind of cool because since I know all of Spock's journey, like I'm lucky enough to, if unless he appears on Voyager, I've seen every appearance of Spock that there is, right? To me it's like it's okay for the show to have Spock doing these things because it connects in a way to like things like the cage, like this is like an intermediary. This is like Spock before Spock, if you will, like Spock before Spock before Spock or whatever. Haha, I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, it gets meta, I guess, for lack of a better word, when you've seen more of Spock's journey, because you're
And,
like, oh yeah, that's totally possible that he could have been like this. Like this is like a lot of people were criticizing that he didn't know what to do about with the pep talk and his being unsure. I'm pretty sure
that's
he's just
great.
like,
That's a great part of
yeah,
the
I think
episode.
he's just made like lieutenant or something. Like he's newly there. Like I do like to see Spock struggle with things that he would never struggle on in TOS. TOS Spock is hella confident. Like he doesn't give a shit if you're gonna talk about him or like this Spock is more. I do like it. I think I like
Right,
seeing
but from a
this
story
kind of like.
perspective, the laugh at the end of the episode doesn't really do much
Can I
because
say something about the
it's
laugh?
not really earned.
But listen, I get when he laughed and it was like, sometimes Captain, uh, you know, things get so bad because he was just in like a very precarious situation. I'll tell you my reaction. I was like, oh, that's some cornball shit. Like with Anson Mount and his dad jokes, and his like his little corny ball ways. There's something charming about that though.
I
And
also like the
even though I saw it as like cheesy, I actually smiled just like Pike smiled and like number one smiled reacting to it. Like they laughed at it. I didn't laugh, but I was amused by it, even though I recognized it as like kind of corny.
I like the
You know what I mean?
read. I like the read that Dave on Textrex podcast did tonight on that exact scene, which is he said something to the extent of like sometimes when you're in like a tense situation, you have this like weird energy that you need to expel, and it just comes out as laughter. And we have to remember, keeping in mind Spock's half humanness, right? It's possible that it could have just slipped out at that moment. So it was less of a like a laugh of a like a. I think it was a nervous slash like a laugh to release energy, you know what I mean? And that's how it came out. And he might have even himself been surprised by it a little bit.
That's the thing with Spock, where he is half human, and a part of his journey is where he's half human. He not only has to deal with like learning to do the pep talks, and he actually being so anal about it as to say like, was my pep talk good? And being told like, no, you suck, and then like, he actually tries again. And this whole thing
And
about when he tells her at the beginning, like, make room if you're not sure, make room. Basically, that's a very Vulcan thing to do, right?
mm-hmm.
But then
Very
come
logical.
very logical. And then they come full circle, and he does the emotional thing by like giving her a little praise at the end, like to say like, you belong here. You're good at what you do. Like, so that I like that kind of like human Vulcan combination that's always been relevant with that character. But now
Yeah.
he like the pep talk thing. I
Anyways,
I don't understand the criticism because it's a good character moment with him and Uhura, and some people were complaining about like she's too rude or saucy or something. I'm like, no, she's green. She's nervous. It's the first time, and these people are like being supportive and like
No,
but
see,
they're
that's
reminding
another.
her. They're not. They're reminding her like you do have
See,
a job to
that's
do.
another
We
problem
are
to me
relying
with the
on you.
show.
So like smarten up.
The show
There's
wants
one
to have
cheesy
it
line
both
that she
ways.
says, "I'm so ready. It's so the right time for genius," and I'm like, no, that's taking it. That's like almost meta. Like telling
Uhura,
the audience,
they never really play up
now
that
is the time
Uhura's
for
nervous. Her
genius.
nerves never really affect anything.
They're there though, and they
It's
get
just
resolved,
there.
and she's supported by the other characters.
It's just
Even
there, and then it's not.
oh come on,
I mean, that's the reality. The episode doesn't really, again, because they don't in that whole moment in the thing they don't use any time to like have her fail a couple times with the thing and then
well
learn. She just instantly
you're looking
hums
for
and
a
then is
longer story that takes more
no.
time.
You don't need a longer story. You need better craft. You need to craft the story better. But you don't need more time in minutes of episode.
But didn't she? How you're saying she went back to being
She
nervous?
never like they show her. Remember, we talked about it in the show. They show her being nervous in the transporter. That doesn't really matter. Then
Yeah,
she gets down to the planet and she's being sassy with. Sam Kirk asks her a question and she's surprised to be asked a question. And then after that, that's it. That's about it. She never
it's a
really shows
lesson
any sort
because
of.
Sam Kirk is like, listen, this is what you're here for, and people are kind of having to tell her like, she's green, she's new. It's the first thing, and
She's a
and
cadet, and
on top of that, it's been established that she's not even sure. So this is like the ultimate test for her. And even Spock points out like, is this the first time? I'm guessing this is the first time your life has been in danger in this way. You know what I mean? Maybe in some other
I
less
do like
severe ways, but
the I do like that. I agree with PJ on all that, and I say that it's amazing that we're getting more of this character of Uhura. Like I thought it was very touching that they had her backstory be that her parents and brother were lost,
that I
and
don't
that she
agree
was raised
with.
by her grandmother. Uh, the reason I like that a lot also is because there's a potential that the grandmother could be played by Nichelle Nichols. Pie in the sky dream there. But but that's like
Nothing
my
related to the story
no,
whatsoever.
that is
Just fan
related. What are you
service.
kidding?
That's all he
It is.
cares
That's
about.
like a fan service you have to have. Come on,
That's
it's
all he
Nichelle
cares about.
Nichols. Not all I care about, but that's certainly something that I do. The next
Somebody had the idea
question.
that they should have showed a picture of her grandmother, and it would have been Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I think I saw that today. I retweeted that if I'm not mistaken. 62. His new first officer is revealed and more awkwardness from Pike. This is so fascinating. I'm starting to think. Oh wait, did I go to the previous episode? Oh yeah, yeah. This is the previous episode. Sorry. Oh wow. Okay. This is so fascinating. I'm starting to think that this is meant to be a callback to that ridiculous and now infamous line from the 60s pilot episode whereby Pike teases Una that he can't get used to women being on the bridge. If so, I did not have that on my Strange New Worlds bingo card. LOL. Yeah, I didn't see it that way, but that's a cool connection to that. That's an interesting
If
thing.
you know what I think, if there was ever a reaction to that particular scene, which I think they should forget about, it's a different time. Like recognize the time that something was made in, and the kind of like unintentional ignorance of the era, and say like it's of its time. It's not really like considered canon. Like people like it's canon that Pike is a fucking sexist. Like fuck off. But in this way, I think having, especially in the first episode, you have Spock and Pike on the bridge, right? And then the rest, like two women at the helm and then a woman at the computer. It's like occupying the bridge with mostly women. It's not a virtue signaling thing as some people would think. It's not like pushing an agenda of any kind. It's simply a sometimes in actual real life the ratios are different in different places. So on the bridge you could have more men at some point, or it doesn't
Well,
matter.
wasn't there an extra guy this time with
That's
the
what I'm saying.
redhead
It's like
guy?
go down to engineering and like and this whole thing about counting the genders and the races and saying like they're
I think that in the
One of the
cage,
complaints was about Dr. Boyce. Like, why couldn't you have Dr. Boyce instead? And then, but you put Mbenga in there, and I'm thinking, my point is, okay, but remember Dr. Boyce from the cage? He was 117 years old. He's probably retired by this point, so it's okay if someone else is there. You know what I mean?
the question, the thing is that up until now, you could always say that the cage is not canon, but a lot of people are saying that now that Strange New Worlds exists, the cage is the long ago pilot of Strange New Worlds. So I don't
Well,
know.
it's
You
the
could say
There's
longest.
Discovery
no.
makes it canon.
It's the
Though.
longest pilot to series
Oh
ever.
yeah. Well, Discovery doesn't necessarily make the cage canon, PJ, because that all that could be in the menagerie. So the way that like
The Menagerie.
the canon enthusiasts have always said, "Oh, don't count the cage, count the menagerie because everything's in there and they cut out that stupid line." So that's why everyone was like, everything you need from the cage is in the menagerie. Like all the
Yeah,
important stuff, you know
sure,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Now,
Menagerie.
but now they're saying like, oh, the pilot of Strange New Worlds actually happened 55 years ago. So that means in a way, in a weird way, it actually poses the question: is the cage now canon? And if it is, how do you explain some of these things in world? Because that's the whole point of canon. You can't like canon ignores the political statements that Star Trek is trying to make. Obviously, the cage was trying to say by portraying Pike in that manner, it was doing a critique on the status quo of the time where men believe that like women were not meant to do like things outside of being a homemaker.
Yeah.
So it was that was a state that was intentionally done as a statement to like make Pike fallible in a sense in order for him to be a relatable character and for people who are progressive and were like, yeah, that is outmoded, like to have someone who's flawed to like kind of relate to. So it would have worked for the time perfectly. Now it just seems cringy because we're past that. Where society in general is more used to women being treated as equals. In fact, we still have problems like pay gaps and shit like that. But for the most part, we're like a society that's like way more, evolved, if you will, on that subject matter than they might have been. Maybe not way more, but just more evolved on that subject matter. So now we look back at it as an audience and think, oh, that's a cringy line. But how do you make that canonical? If the cage is canonical now, how do you make that fit into the 23rd century, right? So what you could do is you have to, that's the whole point, is you have to create like until it's like actually written and told to us on screen, you have to make a reason why it has to fit with the larger view of the future. We know that the larger view of the future is very progressive in Star Trek. So you're like, okay, so how do I make this fit into that? I don't know. We could probably make up something tonight if we really tried, but I'm not really worried about it because to me, I don't take canon that seriously. But I would say, Michael, that it's your job, if you care about that stuff, to create a connection that makes sense and then let us know about it and we'll let you know if we agree with it or not.
And the cage
I
is
think
like,
it would have been
the cage was progressive and stuff, but like TOS took it a step further. And was more, but even in retrospect, people would be like, "Oh, it didn't do enough because they didn't have a gay or what," and it's like
you couldn't
even
have that back then, unfortunately.
Even in the 80s and stuff, like sponsors would have a reaction. It's like really sad actually. But like shows like Ellen were and certain things that came out like Queer as Folk and stuff like that, shows that explored that and got people got used to it and said like, well, this is not something we should be afraid of and as a society. But it's just funny to think like what wasn't acceptable and what was like only 55 years ago,
Yeah.
and how far we come and how far we haven't.
It would have been cool if if they would have. I mean, this would have been a complete sort of different show. But if they would have written Pike as kind of a lovable guy trying to adjust to this new thing that women are allowed on ships, and kind of like played with it and actually used it as a teachable moment, sort of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it would have been a kind of a weird, different show, but could have been done.
Michael wants to know, so how did you read that moment of awkwardness with his replacement? I think he was banking on Spock being the first officer. I think they're doing a little thing. I think the show, my read on it was that the show is doing a little thing of like, we have to like kind of see Spock and Pike's relationship evolve into what makes Spock, basically face court martial to take him to the Telosians, right? And that to me is someone that you're really fond of and that you're like, so it was like in Pike's mind, in the way I read that scene is in Pike's mind, Spock would have been the natural successor to number one. And Spock says, no, 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 Command actually felt I would be better. Like that's, Spock's line is very telling. Like Spock anticipated Pike's like, reaction, and he says like, oh, Command actually thinks I do better in the sciences or whatever. And that's why he was a little surprised. But I think also, Leon was like the newcomer, right? She's like the Valeris. She's new. She's like, she's someone that we're not sure we can trust. She has a dubious name, Noonien Sung or Singh, sorry, Sung, Noonien Singh, which reminds us of Khan. She doesn't need pain reduction or sedation. She can like withstand immense pain. She's definitely some kind of augment or something. So I think that was the thing that was meant to be the awkwardness, was like that maybe Pike didn't like really understand her, and that's like what we were sensing rather than like a woman being on the bridge. But I see how you could read it your way as well. So both points, as the mother of Klingon says, two truths can exist as one.
Ensign Mount goes on the bridge for the first time. He's like, the women.
Michael, it's already 2:20 and I'm getting tired. I don't think I'm gonna read any more of your comments tonight, but they're really good comments. I might have to go and answer them, just like actually answer them, unless you're intent on us reading like one of them. Like it was fun talking about Strange New Worlds. I'm glad that Ruben is consistent and he found things to critique about Strange New Worlds, because I thought he was gonna be like a super lover of the show, but even today he was like,
I like having Ruben and Braxton on our little discussions, because it's three different points of view. Braxton has something different. Ruben will often point out things that I didn't even know were wrong with the episode. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's true though. Like, what was like the Picard stuff was fun, because I would watch an episode. I'd be like, yeah, I can't wait to see what Ruben says about this, because he's gonna. And then he would message me 16 messages before we get on there. Like, fuck it. I'm like, yeah,
That's the
yes,
pre-show.
I know, the pre-show. It's like getting prepped for the. But see, you would dislike it. Did you listen to any of that Starfleet Boy? Because I don't think you would appreciate us just ragging on it for an hour and a half.
oh, I haven't had a chance to listen to the Picard one, but I started listening to your Strange New Worlds one. But I will eventually go back. But what time do you guys do them? They're on Thursday nights, right?
10 o'clock usually.
10 o'clock. So
Spaces.
I'll start promoting it on our spaces so that people go and tune into it.
I usually listen to your thing and
then you go hop
I
on
take
yours.
notes. I take notes and everything. Yeah, no.
Oh, right
An
on.
interesting,
No, if I do say something, I do mention your stuff if I hear it on
Oh,
there. So.
yeah, I know you're good. You try to cite. We all try to cite what we hear on other channels. What is that, Ruben?
I was saying it's been an interesting journey going from Picard to Strange New Worlds.
I will
Like,
say
my
that like
reactions to both shows have been so drastically different.
I'm obviously in a different mindset about Picard from you, but I will say that like uh, what you would call what you would probably see as a negative, like the intensity of Picard, even though I enjoyed it, I'm so glad to take a break from the intensity of like serialized television.
Intensity
And
of Picard.
yeah, to me it was
Picard
intense.
was an hour story that took 10 hours to tell.
Just remember, like, I'm in a different. I enjoyed it, so for me, things were intense in an enjoyable way. But I'm glad to take a break from that and like see a. I'm glad to take a break from that and see a show that I like. Just it's like a nice little bow on the end. Like you're just like, I just like feel satisfied. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm following the Pike, arc and all that stuff, and I'm like really curious about that stuff. But it doesn't leave me with a sense of like, oh, like I'm not thinking about it too hard, in other words, but I am still learning a lot from it, which is cool. Like this last episode of Strange New Worlds made me think hard about like, religion versus science again, like something that I thought like it's good to revisit these things that you think you have a stance on when it's cleverly done. And I thought that was the neat thing about this episode in particular. But yeah, we'll talk about it on Sunday. You guys are invited to come to those Sundays. If you're not tired of talking about Picard, you can. I mean, sorry, not Picard. You are tired about that. But if you're not tired about talking about Strange New Worlds, you're welcome to come to our Sunday discussions. Ruben, are you in for tomorrow's TOS discussion? That which survives.
Yeah, I should be able to be there.
I am for you. Excellent. I wonder what your costume will be. PJ, what else is going on? What do you got to promote?
Oh, just Thursday nights. Star
Thursday
Trek
night.
Strange New Worlds discussions.
Thursday night Star Trek's cool. And it's been nice having you on the channel, PJ. Thanks for watching Scream 5, which was just good. It was okay. Actually, I'm going to dunk it down to okay now that I'm like not as recency bias about it. And Ruben, what's going on in your world? Any articles you're allowed to? You've been very top secret lately. You've been very like, I can't tell you what I'm writing or I'm working on.
No, I mean I'm working on screenwriting projects for some production companies, but I can't really talk about what I'm writing. So, but
Any new
more. I
articles
got
or
an article
interviews?
with Philip White coming out soon. Who's a composer who worked on Supernatural. He worked on what else did he work on? He worked on other stuff. I can't
Can
think
I
of right
have?
now.
Can I say, if you haven't already reached out to her, I feel like the composer for Strange New Worlds is pretty cool. Nami Mulamed. Maybe you should try to land a interview with her. I'd totally love to read that.
By the
Totally
way,
talk
there
to
was a
her.
great musical cue with the rain when the rain came down.
Yes,
And it was like, it's like really good.
she's great. I wish she had gotten to do the main theme. She's the composer of Prodigy as well, and she does a great job on that score. But Michael Giacchino did the main theme, and for this, Jeff Russo did the main theme. So maybe the next show will get a theme by Nami.
I have a prediction that they're gonna rework the Strange New Worlds theme. Maybe they might give it to her and say like, do something else with this.
Yeah, Picard did that for season 2, so why not? Like, I feel like every season you could just like tweak it a little bit, right?
Do you think Picard season 3 will have another variation?
I think so. I have a feeling it might. I think
It might as
we'll
well.
see. Yeah, it might as well. It's like a thing that they started doing. Michael says Strange New Worlds is the oily wrestling men of the franchise. I agree with that. It's weirdly pleasant to watch, and it's oily. It's slick and shiny. All right, guys, tune in tomorrow for our TOS discussion. By the way, on Sundays, we'll be talking about Strange New Worlds or whatever new Star Trek is currently on. We moved that stream up to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because on Sundays at 4 p.m. you can find me on Trek Central hosting with Jack and presenting our thoughts on the latest and greatest episode of Star Trek and all the Star Trek fun news and things like that. So hope you guys will tune into that. Live long and prosper, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys, for coming.